Alright, we're live. So
Hello.
I'm bad with introductions. I'm terrible with introductions. So
Yeah, no, should I?
yeah, go ahead, Orakos.
All right then. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the most intellectual stream here on YouTube right now. So, Cookie, we're talking about things, right?
Yes. Intelligent things.
Very, very
Very,
intellectual.
very intelligent things. By the time you're done watching the stream, you'd have achieved nirvana, enlightenment.
We will turn our brain from the unknowing to Giga Chad brain
Yes, we will evolve from the simple monkey.
to the intellectual Giga Chad.
Yes, exactly.
That works out.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And on the basis of that, we can start off with. Do we go all in or do we go step by step?
What do you consider all in?
All in is the most absurd things that people would not have heard of, or we can slowly feed it to them. Tiny little steps, little baby steps.
Ah, yes, bite-sized portions of insanity.
Yes.
I guess we can start with one bite size, maybe. What do you think,
Yeah.
Orakos?
Yeah. Okay.
Let's start slow and ramp it up slowly.
Yeah.
So well, the aircraft carrier made out of ice. It is.
Ah, yes, the Pike Creek carrier.
Yeah.
Wonderful idea. Just bad idea. Beautiful idea, but very bad idea.
Okay. So for context, was it the Canadians or the Brits that came up with this idea?
It was the
It was
Brits
a combined-
because they had resource
headed by
problems.
Brits,
Because
yes.
definitely not because of us.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
It was a combined effort overall, but
Yeah.
it was headed by the Brits, yeah.
So for context, during World War II, the Brits and the Canadians came up with an idea to make an aircraft carrier completely out of ice. Yes, I know.
And that would have been massive, absolutely massive, even by today's standards.
Yeah, it was so big, but by the time they were close to nearing it, the war was over. So that should tell you a lot about it. The fascinating thing about that is, even though it sounds like a stupid ass idea, it actually kind of worked.
Hmm.
Yes.
In which way? Like narrative building?
No, it worked in the way where they managed to develop a type of ice that melts that freezes in 3 degrees Celsius.
Right.
Yeah, so it basically was a mix of water and wood chips they used for the ice. Whole stuff's called Pykrete if you wanna look that up. You can also make it with paper, basically cold paper mache.
Oh. A paper mache aircraft carrier. Nice.
Yes, a paper mache aircraft carrier.
Yeah, the biggest problem being that it starts dissolving as soon as you make it. It will literally liquefy, and engine heat and stuff like that isn't really a good idea.
No, the loophole, the way to solve it is don't use an engine, just use the little paddles. I'm quite sure that will work.
Row it like a Roman galleon, right?
Yeah. Hey, think about it. It will work.
Imagine the next thing they do is if they run out of aircraft, they'll just ram it into enemy ships.
Ah, yes.
What could possibly go wrong?
Just like the Romans. Just like the Romans.
Yeah, absolutely can't see how that could possibly backfire.
Even for a second, considering maybe the structurally, it just hypothetically it would work. how would the planes actually stop on it?
I don't
Like,
think.
even if you
Um,
give the arrestor hook, I feel like it would be too slippery.
no, because of the wood fibers in it. It isn't too slippery.
Oh, right.
But as soon as it starts melting, it gets really squishy. Honestly, it would probably be a bigger concern that the planes just rip off their landing gear because it
Yeah, it
takes
gets
too much
stuck in the
momentum
muck.
at once.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah.
it's actually in a way I'd say every
You could
site.
have those seaplanes landing on it instead of the landing gear.
No, the thing is they want an aircraft carrier, like a place where they can refuel their aircrafts, and so on and so forth.
So
They
wait, was ice chosen because like wood was not available? Like I know metal was not available
see
at the time.
thing is making aircraft carrier out of wood is even worse than making one out of ice.
Yeah.
All right.
They just accidentally discovered that adding a paper mache or the wood fibers to water could and freezing it could increase the melting point.
Oh.
Yeah, not only that, because if you try to make something out of ice, it's incredibly prone to breaking.
It's
Duh,
brittle.
who cares? But
Hmm.
if you add the wood fibers, it increases the shear strength needed to tear it apart. So yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
It's both brilliance and stupidity mixed together. And see, right now I think we're shitting on the Brits, but on the other side of the pond, the Americans came up with something equally absurd.
Ooh,
The
what
Americans
was
came
that?
up with many things, which would
See, the thing is, everyone talks about Hiroshima and Nagasaki. I'm not gonna go too deep into that. At least I get cancelled. But
okay.
the nukes weren't the first choice of weapon. They had something. They had something called the bat bomb.
Yes, the bat bomb.
Peter's worst nightmare.
Yeah. Oh, what could possibly go wrong if we
Oh,
strap
right.
explosives or incendiary charges to bats?
And drop them all over Hiroshima and Nagasaki. That was the plan.
I mean,
Yeah.
they did try something similar later on with a
No.
cat.
See, the cat is different. We'll get there. We'll get there. Don't worry.
We can also talk about dove-guided missiles.
Right,
yeah.
yeah.
No, see, so I think we'll start off with World War II and slowly go on to the even more absurd, the Cold War.
Yeah. But yeah, the bat bombs. So they were basically incendiary charges that were fused in a way that they would ignite and go off as soon as they were turned upside down. That's why they specifically chose bats.
Oh.
So as soon as the bat would find a place to shelter and attach themselves to the ceiling, the charges would go off.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay, the funny thing is they accidentally blew up one of their own bases while transporting a bat bomb. One of the bats escaped, rammed itself into I think was it a fuel tanker?
It was some pipe or another.
And that just blew the whole place up. Which the Americans looked at in a glass half full sort of way. They're like, if it can work on one of our bases, it'll work against the Japanese.
Yeah.
In a way, it's Peter's worst nightmare.
It's a weird concept.
And just imagine the Americans chose that over the nuke. How much the world would have changed.
Imagine the modern most dangerous stockpile is bats.
No, in fact, that could have actually led to a universe where it's more similar to Pokemon than our current world. Where animals are treated as possible weapons.
War.
Yeah, okay, just give me a minute. I'm gonna call you guys. Continue.
I mean, Animals as weapons of
They,
war is nothing new.
yeah. It's just usually, I guess, it's more, how do I put this? Not an
The-
obvious thing nowadays.
I mean, you got your horses, you got your elephants,
Yeah.
and yeah, I guess a bat bomb falls somewhere along those lines.
That feels like, see, elephant and horses, I feel like those can't justify a bat bomb because that is
No,
like, how do I put this? That's like saying there's planes for having dogfights. The planes have guns to shoot each other, and then just because one pilot somehow managed to use his bomb to take out another plane, you start developing
no, which
bombs.
actually happened.
Yeah, I'm talking about the real thing.
And now,
Yeah, I'm back. So
from now on, we shall fight bomber versus bomber, just dropping bombs on planes. What
Oh
could
my
possibly go wrong?
God.
did we reach the pigeon story yet?
Yes, pigeon-guided missiles. So,
Mm.
yet another brilliant plan by the.
Was it the Brits or the Germans?
No, it was
I
us.
think it was.
It
Oh,
was Germany. So, they tried to teach pigeons to identify enemy tanks, and yeah, and so what it was set up in a way that you had your pigeon in the nose cone of a rocket, and it had
yeah,
a
I remember
monitor
seeing
in
the
front
designs
of
for
it,
this.
and depending on where on the monitor it tabbed, basically the missile had a camera in the front, or rather bomb, not really a missile, more bomb. So depending on where they tabbed, the rocket would reorient so the target would stay in the center of the screen, and thereby basically locked on.
Hmm. Yeah. Now that you say that, I remember seeing the video footage for that also.
And you can figure out what went wrong.
Yeah.
You know, all you need is a piece of corn, and the
Yeah.
missile's gonna go all the way back where it started.
Yeah. So turns out pigeons aren't the most reliable animal at discerning shapes and colors and things from one another. Also, it's not really easy to teach a pigeon anything. Like,
Hmm.
so they basically tabbed on random places on the monitor, depending on what. Most of the time on moving things, interestingly.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so it's the Jurassic
See,
Park thing.
interestingly, now hearing about that, I never thought of this. Now, for some reason, I had it in the mind. If the pigeon is tapping anywhere on the monitor, and based on the monitor, like your missile or rocket assisted bomb is supposed to fall, is that monitor the first touchscreen?
No. So how it was set up was basically with it was hung up on a sort of actuation system that directly. So if the screen was set up on a pivot with actuators on the sides, which registered where it was tilting towards.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes more sense.
So half the time it veered off anyways because it didn't drop perfectly straight, but at a slight angle, and the monitor
Hmm.
tilted in a direction without the pigeon doing anything. And the other half of
Ah.
the time, but it was basically a bomb that operated on T-Rex logic from Jurassic Park.
Yeah, exactly.
In the sense that the pigeon was most likely to tap moving things.
Yeah, at least it's not as bad as the Soviet monkey program. I think this one predates World War II.
What was that one about?
Okay, so Joseph Stalin, in all his brilliance, decided that the perfect super soldier would be the hybrid of an orangutan and a human.
Oh no.
Okay.
So
Oh no.
So apparently some geneticist from the Soviet Union theorized that it's possible for an orangutan or a gorilla and a human to mate, which biologically it's not possible.
No.
So like that extremely messed up doujin,
You can, but you won't.
no,
won't get anything out of
no,
it.
you don't get the end result you want. I mean, Stalin doesn't get the end result he wants.
Yeah.
So like that extremely messed up doujin that the creator of Nagatoro made, this guy decided to conduct experiments, but it wasn't that bad. As in, he collected samples from orangutans from I think Borneo and gorillas from Africa, and got some random countryside Russian women to volunteer.
Oh boy.
And surprisingly, it did not work. I mean, unsurprisingly, it did not work.
Giga Chad was born.
No Giga Chad was born, exactly. Nothing was born, so yeah, this guy tried again with multiple different species of monkey, didn't work, and he was sent to the Gulag in Siberia for wasting Stalin's time.
So Giga
sense.
Chad, if I'm not mistaken, it has been created by a Russian artist, wasn't it?
The Giga Chad, I think it's loosely based on a Croatian man.
Yeah, the guy is a real guy.
The guy is a real guy, but it's heavily edited, and I believe the lady who did it is Russian.
So it's highly possible, improbable possible that the monkey experiment was a success.
Yeah.
Just saying. Stalin sent him to Gulag.
Maybe they got successful results, and then they didn't want the
West to figure out. The Allies to figure out.
Yeah, they didn't want the others to figure out, so
They banished him to the Gulag.
Did someone call a Giga Chad? Maybe.
Yes,
And that is how Bigfoot came to be.
yes. So while being transported by the Russians, he escaped, swam over to Alaska, then illegally crossed the border from Canada to USA.
So you want to tell me that damn Bigfoot is also an illegal immigrant? God damn it!
An illegal immigrant plus a commie.
Communist illegal Bigfoots! God damn it! Oh
My
no.
God.
Oh yeah.
So-
Other weird. Do we have some more weird animal-based weaponry?
So animal-based
I
weaponry.
mean, so I don't know who was it. I think it was Russians. They tried to do something with the dolphin, right?
They still do it. They still do it.
they-
I think we can keep that in the end because that's more modern.
Mm-hmm. So this is a historically
Yeah, it's history.
historical journey through the ages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How we developed from simple
Oh,
I want monkey super soldiers to what we are now.
I have another thing. So during World War II, the Russians tried to teach dogs on whose backs they strapped an anti-tank mine to
Oh.
run beneath German tanks.
Okay, so
Is they used Russian tanks to train these dogs. So the dogs were running under tanks, but they didn't know what a German tank looked like, so they ran under Russian tanks.
Lovely. Fantastic.
oh god.
Yeah, I mean,
You see, comrade, war isn't difficult for us. We make it more difficult.
It is not difficult enough. Ramp up the difficulty level. Bring out the dogs.
oh no.
And that is how they started using the. You were the one that told me that story, right? About how the Soviets used kids to go under tanks.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Uh,
Oh no.
So the program failed with dogs, and they graduated to children.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I was told this by like a retired military commander when I was a kid.
Oh no, that is bad.
Yeah, it's like, and that is how Fuji was traumatized for the rest of his life. Some retired army guy comes in, instead of teaching kids, patriotism, freedom, all the good stuff. He's like, so listen here. You know, kids younger than you crawled under tanks and got crushed, hoping that their bones get stuck inside a tank, stopping their Soviet advances.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
And,
Yeah, that apparently happened.
you know, it's actually a good thing you did not bring what do you call that? African warlords using child soldiers.
That I don't know anything about.
No, it's a good thing you didn't bring it up because this guy seems fascinated about using children for weapons, as weapons. He'd be like, you know, he should be like the UN. I'm quite sure it would be in his head. He'd be like, the UN is so dumb for not authorizing child soldiers. Child soldiers are so effective.
Disclaimer: we do not condone any.
We don't condone all this. In fact, kids should go to school. Kids should not serve in the military. You should not serve in any military. Despite my personal take, you should not serve in any military unless you reach the age of 18. Even though certain countries still allow 16-year-olds to serve, I'm strongly against that.
Yeah, no, that's.
So yeah, so that then. What else? Ah yes, when it comes to the Germans, you know all those what was it, Germanic lore that they were interested in. That thing was trippy.
Ah, yes.
The Holy Grail.
Let me tell you it. Let me spin you a tale of was it Himmler? Yeah.
Himmler.
Yes. Himmler and his occult research. Oh boy. Yeah, that was an entire mess. Like, they were looking for the Holy Grail. They were looking for the
Ark of the Covenant.
lance, for the Ark of the Covenant. So in Norse mythology, there is a well that from which the wall tree springs up.
Yeah.
Right? They were looking for that. They were also stationing. They were also stationing people in Norway, Denmark, Denmark, and had them look at the sky because someone thought, hey, maybe the Earth is on the inside of a hollow sphere, and if we look at the sky in Denmark, we can see the American coast.
See, this looks like some. This is like some Inception or like Doctor Strange kind of a thing.
No, this is like, you know, flat Earth theory at its, you know, evolutionary peak. The world is not flat.
Like, that's hollow Earth theory, but we're living on the inside.
Oh my god.
But yeah, it's an entire thing.
Okay, so from what I know, they send okay, there's this mythical kingdom called Shambhala, located somewhere in Tibet, according to Tibetan Buddhist lore. So the Germans decided to send people to search for this mythical city. Oh, that's what I've heard.
Yeah. We sent people all over the place to search for all kinds of stuff, like religious artifacts were the beginning. But later on, like, Himmler tried to summon demons to possess soldiers after death so they could keep fighting.
You know that sounds like a really bad B-grade horror movie.
That sounds like Helsing. That sounds like the goddamn
No, see, Helsing.
What of Helsing?
No, Helsing, the vampires, not demons.
Or Hellboy.
Yeah, Hellboy, yeah. They get Rasputin to summon a demon, an extra-dimensional demon.
Yeah.
Which ain't that off the mark. Just that no demon came from the other side.
So, yeah.
So everything you saw in Indiana Jones happened except the good stuff.
Except the good stuff.
Except you know.
Yeah.
Except
there was no face melting.
Yeah.
In fact, the Ark of the Covenant was just empty.
I say the thing is, the Ark of the Covenant. So the thing is, this is one thing I know. The Ark of the Covenant. I say we all know where it is. It's just that people don't want to accept its current location.
Yeah.
It's in Ethiopia.
I don't like it.
They're like, no, I want magical stuff to pop out of it. The Holy Grail is in Spain, Valencia, Spain. They don't want to accept it. They're like, the Holy Grail is a big ass bowl that gives you immortality. No, it's just a cup. It's in Valencia.
It's literally just a cup.
It's just a cup, and the entire immortality thing is the most anti-Christian, the most non-Christian thing I've ever heard.
Okay, so we're at mythological artifacts right now,
Yeah.
right? So there is in the French mountains somewhere there is what was it called?
The skull of...
Sword of Roland.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that one.
It's like in every single anime. Whenever they have a sword, it's what they call it. Let me just look.
It's
real
good.
quick.
Challenges. Okay, got it. I know which sword this is.
This is not the Arthur's.
No, it's
thing,
not.
right?
It's not the Arthur's one.
Durandal. There we go. So it's stuck in a mountain in France somewhere.
Okay,
There's, like,
let me just get
said to be stuck in a mountain.
Let me just get let me just pull up a picture of it and put it on screen.
Yeah.
So, for context, this is what it looks like. There's a download. Then,
It's basically just a rusty sword sticking out of a hill.
and there it is. So as you can see, it's just a sword sticking out there. And I don't know why it has a chain attached to it.
Oh, they chained it there so nobody would steal it. Because apparently it's not in there all that securely.
Okay.
Barely sticks.
See, I think I'm the only one. Me and Fuji are the only ones that can make this joke. If this was India, someone would have stolen it, sold it for scrap iron, like for 100 rupees.
Honestly, not for scrap iron, but I'd nick it.
See, I'd nick it and I'll keep it among the stuff I looted. Okay, funny thing is, so thing is, my family, like my mother's side, kinda got some habits from the Brits, as in we're hoarders. So I would love to add this to my collection.
Just imagine someone coming into your house and being like, "Hey, what's a rusty hunk of metal you've got on your shelf there?" Oh yeah, that's some legendary sword from French mythology with which a knight of Charlemagne split a mountain in half. What?
Okay, so what happened was, this was during one of my internships. I know we're diverting too much from the military things. I managed to, so I came across this private museum owned by a rich guy. I don't know where he got all that stuff, but he got all that stuff from somewhere. And so what happened was, he had a store in his thing, and one of the sales lady tried to finesse me by selling something that was actually only about 500 years old. She claimed it was 800. I just bring that up and she's like, "Are you an archaeologist?" Like, she was surprised. She's like, "Are you an archaeologist?" I'm like, "No, I'm an engineering student." But that guy looted everything. I don't know where he got all this stuff from. He makes the British Museum seem pathetic.
Honestly, there's so much looting going on in archaeology, like especially in older times.
See, it still happens over here. Like, every now and then you'll have a guy who tried to smuggle something out of the country.
Yeah.
And he gets caught.
And there's like it has been estimated that, especially with things like the excavations in Egypt and older excavations in the 50s, 60s, 70s, about a third of the stuff they actually got got into a museum. The rest was just nicked and sold off somewhere.
And makes a lot of sense. Like, in fact, like, if you look at even the stuff in museum, like, I think it was during the US invasion of Iraq. I'm not gonna go into the political side. The Baghdad Museum was looted by the locals, and most of the stuff they looted was sold in the black market.
Yeah.
So it's like, even if it's a museum, doesn't mean it's secure.
Yeah, I find it really weird that usually museums have really, really bad security measures.
Oh yeah, the thing is like, so when my mom was younger, apparently a museum around these parts is a place where you get robbed. If you go inside a museum alone, you get robbed. Apparently you have like bandits living inside the museum.
What?
No, now
Nice.
it's improved. Now they have CCTV and all that. But so for example, the museums over here are huge, like so huge that you can get lost in there. So it's not a stretch to think that there are people living in there.
Welcome to the Thug Museum.
That's something completely different.
Just imagine. I'm quite sure a tourist would be like, "This tour is so realistic. I'm being mugged like the people back then."
There was this like, so I had gone to a place for a college assignment once. Really small museum compared to like what the usual sizes are.
Okay, so
And they had
that's normal size. For other countries, that's called normal size.
and they had some weird like I don't remember now. They had some like weird philosophical bend as well to the operation of the museum, how they would operate
Oh,
the museum.
it's a hippie museum.
Kind of. It was a weird
What?
mix of history, but not really history.
I
Distorted
just
history.
heard hippie museum. What?
Yep. And at the end of the museum was one out of 100 copies of the first edition of the Indian Constitution.
Mm.
And it's just sitting out there in the open.
Just nick it, okay? Just nick it. I will buy it from you.
It was just
literally
laying
took the book
around
in my
there.
hand. I saw it, and that was like the guy actually told me, yeah, pick it up, check it out. I'm like, the door is right there. Nothing is between me and the door,
Just
and
nick
it's
it.
open.
Just nick it and run away.
What is this? The plot of National Treasure?
No, it seems like a bad parody of National Treasure by the looks of things.
Yeah. Like,
It was really weird. It was just sitting on a pedestal, and the open door was right next to it.
And see,
And apparently, this is like one of the just barely like 100 pieces of the first edition, and this is one of the better quality ones.
no, the thing is, the problem is like, let's just say hypothetically no one steals it. But if people keep touching it, the document's gonna get spoiled.
Yeah, I was like, how do you maintain the quality if you're letting me handle it?
Oh, yeah, another interesting thing. My university's library had a lot of old books, like 100 years, 150 years, and all that. Just lying about.
right.
Collecting
Lying
dust.
Great. I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, mold. I saw mold in some of them. I saw actual mold in some of them. So when it comes to security, it's extremely secure because it's kept in the top floors, and people only go to the top floors to hook up. Nothing else.
Okay.
So funny thing
What are the
that
universities over there?
no, see, people use the bottom floors. That's where the necessary stuff are there. If you want something related to your education, the bottom floors. If you want some weird book, like I don't know, it's like 100 years old and talks about gardening, go to the top floor.
100-year-old book about gardening.
Yeah, I found one of those. So funny thing, this was I think my first week of university. I just decided to go around the place. I walked into two people doing the deed. I excused myself, go find myself a nice book, and I found some really old stuff, like really old.
Interesting.
That is, yeah. Also, Koki, why
Yeah.
are you wearing a Virgin Killer sweater?
I seriously have no idea. And hi Okami.
See,
Oh,
what
boy.
you just told, Koki, that sounds like straight out of the. I don't know which scene it was, but there was an exact scene like that in Friends, if I'm not wrong.
That's one of the Virgin Killer.
No. There's a corner of the library
Oh, that.
where I think it was Ross. His book is kept there, and people only go there in that corner to do the read. Nobody
Ross
wants
is
to read
Ross
his
is a
book.
university professor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now see that's what happens
I
if you.
have no idea about Friends. I've never seen it.
I've only seen bits of it.
So, What Koki said was an exact scene, exact word to word exact scene in it.
See, the thing is, I would respect them if they continue. They just ignore me and continue. What I did not respect was him pushing her away.
Hmm.
I'm like, look, do continue. Don't mind me. I'm just sitting in the corner reading.
Wait, you're gonna sit there in the corner?
What? See, it's a public space. If he wants to do it, let him do it. That's his corner. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna read in my corner.
You be mindful of your corner. I mean,
Yeah, I'll be mindful of my corner. I'm minding my own business. You mind your own business. Just don't make too much noise.
Oh no.
My God.
It's wild out there. I mean, universities, any university I've been to, it's wild out there. And the thing is, all these kids are about 18, 19 at most. Their hormones are
Yeah.
raging. They've never felt the touch of the opposite gender till that point.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Like, oh no.
The thing that's really funny and disturbing at the same time is most of them are getting married right now, and it's not with the person they hooked up with.
Yeah.
Nah, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that the guys who got ditched by them go to the wedding.
I see. That's the thing. I've seen videos of guys and girls as well, like outside, inside the reception.
Yeah.
Okay, why not?
And the sad thing is, none of them invite me. Why the fuck didn't they invite me? They invite the next, but they don't invite me.
I mean, so can we say the C word on
Yeah, you can.
on?
You can. You can
Alright.
swear.
Like, why would you go to the wedding of the person who cucked you?
Maybe they're into it. I don't know.
Is everybody into NTR lately? What the hell?
There has been a rise. I have.
Yeah,
seen,
there has been a
I have
rise.
observed.
There has been a rise.
rise.
See, I've noticed there's a rise since the pandemic and people into NTR.
Mm.
That is mildly terrifying.
Theoretically speaking, it could be due to the fact that people haven't had physical contact with anyone for the duration of the pandemic, and they're used to watching stuff. So that
Yeah. I also saw. I think I saw an article or something about suddenly there being a rise in calls to exes.
yeah. That's true. That's true.
Yeah. So people are of the opinion that we have the next baby boom coming in.
Oh no. Oh no. Isn't the world overpopulated enough? And by the way, Sky says hi to you, both of you.
Yeah.
Hi, Sky.
I have chat open. Hello.
And no, and Sky, you don't.
No, don't look it up.
Don't look it up. Don't look at Sky.
No,
Sky.
Don't look
Don't look it up.
Sky.
Don't look it up.
Don't check it.
You're too nice for that.
Yeah. It will emotionally scar you.
Think of see right now, since the pandemic started, everyone's getting married. Like literally everyone.
Yeah.
Only one of them invited me, and she didn't invite me because she wanted to invite me. She invited me because she owes me a favor. I'm like, I don't want to come because you. I wasn't in the country, so that's a different story. But it's like everyone's getting married. I'm just waiting for the first one to start to post. Silver, even you don't look it up. I know you know what it is, but don't look it up.
Yeah.
Say, I'm just waiting for them to post on Instagram that they're pregnant. Like one just got married yesterday, like today.
12 months max, you'll get the photo.
I know, yeah, I should be getting lots of photos by now, but I don't want to see it. I want to see someone else's chocolate night. I'm fine. If I'm my own, I'm fine with that. I don't want other people's chocolate nights.
Someone troglodytes.
Yeah, the little.
Oh boy. Oh yeah.
Extremely inspirational parental figure.
Listen, I too do not wish to have children. Like that's no.
Nah, see, I'm fine with having kids. I just don't like other people's kids.
Yeah.
It's
No,
more like
I don't want children because I don't like children.
okay. So
Quite
the thing,
frankly.
so the thing is, I've worked with kids. I was a teaching assistant for a primary school during one of my summer breaks. See, I mean, this may be racist, but it's not racist because I'm saying it. Indian kids are the worst. It's because of the parents. So I've handled white kids. I've handled other Asians of other heritage. I've handled kids of African heritage. Like, if I tell their parents that your kid's misbehaving, the parents will look into it. But Indian kids are like, no, you're the one who's doing something. My little angel won't stab someone in the eye.
Oh.
So yeah, that's why I dislike other people's kids,
Oh my
especially
God.
people from around these parts.
Yeah, it do be like that.
It's like, and there's this weird cultural thing. Like even my sister dislikes kids, even though she's technically a kid. But you know, so what happens is like both of us have noticed that there's this cultural thing where you're not supposed to despise kids. You're supposed to like kids.
Yeah, I mean, it's biologically ingrained.
And
that
it's
you'll like
it's
kids.
also it's like it's not really just kids. It's like that process will continue all the way up till like the so-called kid gets married and gets his own house.
No,
His
so
or her own
no,
house.
so they're still treated as a
Because
kid.
I have dealt with like
Man, children.
I've had to deal with no in university I had to deal with parents of juniors.
Oh, what? Okay,
Yeah.
so for funny thing, like this happened to a friend of a friend. Like, so what happened was they had something called a mentorship program, where the second years take care of the first years. Like, I never enrolled in that program because I thought it was dumb. But so
Oh, you had an option to opt out of it?
no, I was never enrolled in that program because I applied from. I was treated as a foreigner when I applied. My application was classified as a foreigner, like a non-resident Indian.
Okay.
So I was never enrolled in that program.
Lucky.
So like for Orakos, for context, non-resident Indians are treated like foreigners when it comes to application. So we get preferential treatment in many cases and we pay more. We pay more for university.
Yeah.
Like say if Fuji pays X amount, I'll pay 10 times that amount for the same shit. So anyway, so what happened was a friend of a friend just was like he was part of the mentorship program. He enrolled, and the person assigned to him, my god, this story was amazing. This kid got into one of the best universities in India. Apart from our one, he got into another one of the best ones. Fuji got into IISc.
Oh.
He was accepted in IISc. Like for context, that's a pretty good university in India. So what happened was, this kid wanted to come to our university because our university was considered the best for another field in engineering. I'm not going to say which one, that's doxing myself. So this guy came in. Brilliant kid. People should have known him as a genius, but they knew him as a toilet guy.
As what guy?
The toilet guy.
Toilet guy.
Oh.
You know the story? Have I told you the story before?
You've told me this story like 3 times by now.
Because it's an amazing story. I don't think I've told the story. So this guy, like,
No, I don't think so.
So many countries in Asia have a toilet which is basically a hole it looks like a hole in the ground. It has a plumbing system and everything, but it's a hole in the ground where you squat on top of it. So this kid wasn't used to that, and you had the standard European style toilet as well. But that thing's occupied half the time because some people prefer that. So
Yeah.
this kid's mom was like, maybe my son won't know how to shit while squatting. So she got him an abomination of a mechanism which it's like an adapter from the American to the British charging port adapter. Imagine that, but for the shutter.
Oh. So basically a chair with a hole in it.
I wish.
Yeah.
I wish it has its own inbuilt flush system. It has wheels, so you can roll it around.
Why does it need wheels? What?
So
See,
yeah,
Orakos, wheels is not the big thing. Something with wheels has a flush system.
so that's not even the worst thing. So his mom. This kid's mom takes my friend over and says, "Listen here, my son's such a nice boy. He'll misses his mom. He'll miss mama. He's never left my side before. Please take good care of her. Make sure none other kids bully him." So
Yeah.
he tells this to the girl who's in the dorm room opposite to me. She tells it to me, and everyone gets to know.
Please don't bully the child with the toilet with
Yeah.
wheels.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Transformer toilet.
transformer toilet. Honestly, I want one of these. I want to motorize it.
You know what?
Just
Maybe,
imagine going like 40 miles on a toilet.
I'm just imagining Optimus saying, "Shitters roll out."
So the thing about that kid is, I don't know what happened to that kid. But if you want, I could figure out where he is. Give him a call. Say hi, Shutter. How are you doing?
Honestly, what is wrong with a parent being like, "Oh yes, here is
Your kid doesn't know how to shit. He
toilet
should-
with wheels. Please don't bully my child."
No, see, I'll be honest. Even I wasn't used to the quote unquote Indian toilet, but
Yeah, neither am I.
so I was okay with standing in a line. Okay, when it gets a bit too crowded.
Yeah.
And if I ever ask my parents for something like this, they'll tell me, they'll ask me if I've gone crazy in less than savory words.
Honestly, the just a hole in the ground toilet, that's like in rural parts of Italy, it's the same.
Hmm.
Go ahead. No, it's like, I don't know, like, these ones, they have a flush. They have everything, just that you have to squat on top of it.
Yeah. Your posture is like it's in the ground and you have to squat. Everything else is the same.
Yeah.
You'll even get a bidet if you want.
Yeah,
There's
actually,
some
you
fancy
eat a
ones
bidet if you
with
want.
No!
You
It's
squat on top
terrifying.
of a bidet.
You're squatting over a hole in the ground and suddenly water shoots up. No! Oh. Can we please talk about animals in war again?
Yeah, okay. Let's go on to
I'm
that.
pretty sure we missed informing Fuji of the dolphins that were supposed to clear out
Oh yeah.
fields of sea mines.
Okay,
You can imagine how, right?
okay. So the Russians still use even the Americans still use dolphins. No, the Russians use beluga whales. The Americans use dolphins.
Yeah, but isn't that more in like a surveillance?
Yeah.
method?
Surveillance. Right now they use them for surveillance.
Yeah, they basically just use them to find those things and then send in divers.
Thing is, the funny thing about the Russian one is, it's supposed to be a secret program, yet it has the Russian army seal on it.
Everyone knows about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so secretive that everyone knows about it. Imagine that.
My God.
It's so highly classified that everyone and their mom knows about it.
Great.
Okay, so someone in chat says Indian war elephants were trained to bite their enemy's head off. Yeah, makes sense.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah, honestly, an elephant bite is no joke. Like, I have seen what happened when an elephant bit a person's arm. It looked like it blew up from the inside out. Like,
Ugh.
it was completely pulped.
See, elephants are adorable. Despite all this, I'm gonna stick with it. Look at them, they're like big doggos.
Did you know that an elephant's, is semi-prehensile?
Yeah,
They
I
can
know.
pick stuff up with it.
I know.
That is honestly terrifying to me.
I just don't think about it.
But, like, why would you semi-prehensile? Why?
Some things are better not asked.
Oh.
Here you go. We have a nice picture of elephants in the background.
Nice. Oh my god.
Ah, think about elephants, sir. They're adorable, yet scary at the same time.
Yeah. And is it true that they see us as adorable?
Most probably, yes. There's,
Unsure about that.
no, there's
People
no
are
way. There's no
really
way. Of,
unsure about
no, there's
that.
no way of confirming it.
Yeah.
I know because I think I'd seen some studies posted where it kind of implied that they did see like small humans as cute.
No, see, it could be something like how humans and dogs interact,
Hmm.
like a level of of bonding between two species.
Hmm.
Oh yeah. It's like I don't trust things that can kill me without noticing.
Yeah, elephant just sits on you, you're dead. Yeah, but thing is, the most dangerous animal in the Indian I would say, around these parts, is not a tiger, it's not an elephant. It's a honey badger.
Oh yeah, they go for the balls. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Apparently
got to know
they
that recently
learned
actually.
to go for the balls, which is absolutely terrifying.
So, so here you go. Where is the thing? Relationship with humans. So the honey badger has also been reported to dig up human corpses in India.
Oh great. I mean, what could be worse than a grave-robbing, bulletproof murder weasel that goes for your nuts? Ah, no.
Uh,
So the
See, now that sounds like a really good weapon.
yeah, the thing about honey badgers, it's tough to control them. It's tough to train them.
Hmm.
That's the reason no one's weaponized them.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine why.
Hmm.
But yeah, they just don't care. That's the thing.
Oh shit! What did I do? What did? Okay, I brought the wrong image 3. Oh yeah, I made a mistake. I just sent the wrong overlays. Okay, maybe we can continue. Nah, mind. The background will be black for the time being. I'll just fix it while we're talking.
Mm-hmm.
That should do it. And bring the honey badger on top. That's the laptop. Where's the honey badger? Where is the honey badger? That's the table.
We're
Okay.
on.
Nah, it's okay. We're still on.
Yeah.
So the thing is, my sister is working on a comic strip, and when we start talking about the honey badger, she kind of incorporated it as a character.
Oh no.
Nice.
So
Yeah,
there's
similar to honey badgers, wolverines, absolutely terrifying.
so okay. Where's the? Let me just pull up that picture that she used as inspiration for the honey badger. Let me download
Oh no.
this. There's a picture of a honey badger that looks it looks like it has the dumbest haircut. It looks like the kid in the back of the class that eats glue. Here it is.
Oh, why?
Check out Gaurs. What's that? Gaur? Gore?
Let me
Gore? No, wait.
Let me check.
Gore
Let
should
me
have
check.
that.
Gaur.
Oh, it's like a bison. It's like an Indian bison.
Oh, like a water buffalo.
Yeah,
The literal Black Death of Africa.
yeah. It's like it's a water buffalo on steroids.
Water buffaloes are. Oh yeah, Gaur. There we go. Yeah, water buffaloes are absolutely terrifying.
Okay. So thing is, I was on a trip in the jungles, and we accidentally came across an entire herd of these, and they were pissed. Okay, let me just put that up.
Like, were they already pissed off when you came across them?
So what happened was it's right outside the guest house where we were staying, and the security guard comes and she comes and says, "Listen here, do not interact with that. Do not get out of the car." He calls us up, says, "I'm opening the gate. Do not get out of the car. They will attack you because the cops are there, and they're extra protective over there."
Okay.
And the scary thing about that place is that by the time we left, apparently a few hours after we left, one of the local women were attacked by a leopard.
Oh no.
And the previous night, I was like grilling outside. I was like, okay, let the smoke go up and the leopards come out.
Oh no.
I was like, shit, did I bring too bad? Did I get all the Okay, and yeah, chat Paxton says hippos are homosexual. Yeah, hippos are serial killers. Okay, hippos are basically Hannibal
Those
Lecter.
are-
It's like Hannibal
Yeah,
Lecter if he got
hippos-
chubby.
Hippos will like, and you think, oh yeah, they're chubby. You can escape on land. Surprise, you
No.
can't. Those bastards run 40 miles an hour. Oh, maybe they're slower at swimming. No, wrong. They're
Nope.
even faster in the water. They
Oh
will
my
absolutely.
God.
They will just get you.
So I'm gonna switch back to the the inspirational honey badger, the one with the crappy ass haircut, the one that looks like it has a crappy ass haircut. So what she did was she created a character that's an accountant that looks and is a honey badger.
Oh no. The two things I am most terrified of in life: accountants and honey badgers.
Your worst fear merged into one being.
Yeah.
It's. Oh yeah, so but I think we'll just go back to military experiments, terrible military programs. Because I'm actually surprised that literally no one thought of using a honey badger in war.
You can't. They will eat your face, they will eat your enemy's face.
Oh,
The
yeah.
honey badger will win the war for itself.
No,
And you have a huge strip of land claimed by a single honey badger, and there's nothing you can do about it.
okay, wait a minute. I think
You'll have a completely new faction in war.
I've actually heard one story. Okay, apparently the Brits. I know that I'm quite sure this is bullshit. Okay, the Brits when they occupied Basra in Iraq, they they unleashed the honey badgers.
What?
Okay, so I'm gonna read it from the source. During the British occupation of Basra in 2007, rumors of man-eating badgers emerged from the local population, including allegations that these beasts were released by the British troops, something the British categorically denied. A British army spokesperson said that the badgers were native to the region but rare in Iraq and usually only dangerous to humans if provoked. See, it's that, or it's possible that the honey badgers escaped the Basra Zoo.
Yeah, that feels
Yeah,
like
that,
more of
that
a.
sounds feasible.
Because transporting a honey badger from wherever to Basra by the Brits, I'm quite sure a lot of British soldiers would have died with just the logistics.
You
Yeah.
don't simply relocate honey badgers. That's no.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they were to trank them to move them in zoos.
That they do.
Like, I wouldn't want to mess with that.
Yeah.
Brits playing Pokemon in Iraq. Yes.
Like the greatest IL
See,
Pokemon
but
battle.
the thing is that feels like more like the honey badger would be the one who's playing Pokemon.
Now see, the honey badger is a real life Pokemon. There's no two ways of saying it. It's bulletproof in most cases.
So, speaking of terrifying bulletproof animals, have you guys ever heard of Gustav?
The crocodile?
I've heard of
Yes.
Carl Gustav.
Gustav, the man-eating crocodile.
Oh, the
Yeah,
crocodile.
Gustav, the man-eating giant-ass crocodile that
And
was
Nile
also bulletproof.
River crocodile, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so apparently, what happened was I was actually pretty upset when Gustav and Harambe had died. I was planning on recreating King Kong versus Godzilla with Gustav and Harambe.
Yeah. Reptiles can be pretty terrifying because of indeterminate growth. That's who.
See, and the thing is, Gustav wasn't the largest.
Yeah, no.
Gustav was just the most aggressive. So apparently Gustav died at around age 66 or 67, and he's killed about 300 people.
My goodness.
Don't worry about it. It's just a crocodile, right?
It's if any of these animals, yeah, I like animals. I'm against unnecessary torture of animals, but if anyone says we should let the animals be where they are and we should hurt them, I'll just introduce them to Gustav if he was alive.
Yeah. Honestly, it's like I'm always I know, and in some parts this is a controversial opinion, but I don't think we should take like special care. So there's this huge thing here in Germany where people try to feed their cats and dogs vegan.
No, don't do it, don't do it. That's a
Vegan. They don't need meat. And I'm like, God damn it! I would love to have to starve your dog to an extent and then bring it back to you and see how vegan it is.
No, you don't even have to do that. Like, so I know, I'm sure at least one of you might have seen this. I think either was it a European channel or an American channel, I don't know. They brought such like a vegan pet owner with their dog, and they were discussing stuff. And the pet owner was like, yeah, my dog is so nice. It eats only like vegan stuff. It does not eat meat at all. Blah blah blah.
And
Blah,
was the
blah.
dog like, kill me, please?
And no. The dog's just sitting there quietly. Dog's behaving. The dog's behaving very well. It's getting petted by all of them. It's moving around. It's behaving well. And then they bring two the pet bowls. One has meat in it, and one has like vegan, whatever she feeds him, that kind of stuff. And they just ask her, okay, let your dog go. It goes straight line towards the meat bowl.
Dog was like, finally good food. It's like the Gordon Ramsay meme. Finally some good fucking food.
Yeah.
No, the thing is, like, my parents, as I've said multiple times, live in the Middle East. So during one of the summers, they tried. What they did was my sister wanted a dog, so they're like, okay, we'll do a trial thing where you take care of someone else's dog. So apparently, the someone else was a religious Indian who wanted the dog to be vegetarian.
Oh no.
I'm like, what sort of bullshit is this? The human choosing the dog? How can a dog be vegetarian? What's wrong with this dog? And see, the dog was extremely docile. It eats oranges, apples. I'm like, what the fuck is that you feeding this thing? What's wrong with it? What's wrong with you? It eats fruits. It likes fruits apparently. I'm quite
with the plant eating animals sometimes eating meat, yes. Cows are known to eat like mice and rats if they can catch them.
Now cows eat anything.
To just substitute some certain vitamins.
Also, the thing about cows is I've seen them eat plastic. In fact, they love it.
That is true.
Yeah, cows will chomp down on anything.
Like there's the rumor of goats eating cans and stuff like that. Honestly,
that's not a rumor. That's not a rumor. I've seen that.
Yeah.
So what happened is during my university days, some goat herd decided to release his flock inside our uni. Okay, so we have like a border defense force. We have like an entire department of border guards whose entire job is to keep the cows and goats away.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Imagine that. You have an entire department. Like, so each university in India has its own police force, which is independent of the local or central government.
It's like a private police force.
Nah, not exactly. It's government, but it reports to the university. They don't report to anyone else.
Yeah.
So these guys, see, there's hardly any crime in universities. Like, the worst is someone stole your textbook, someone stole your clothes. They aren't gonna investigate that. So the only thing, I see, there are some serious crimes that happens, but it's not that common, it doesn't come out that much. So the entire job is animal control.
Yeah.
Get rid of the goats, get rid of the cows. And make sure, and the thing is, The problem is most of these livestock do not belong to the university, so it's like encroachment of government.
Most of the livestock doesn't belong to the university.
There could, like, say, for example, one of my cousins, he's studying in a university where they have fucking emus. I'm like, why do you need an emu in your university? What do you guys do with that emu? Why do you have?
For aesthetics. Don't worry about it.
I'm like, why do you want an animal that fought a war against that the Australians fought a war against?
Emus, that's it. They run the university.
I'm like,
Oh, yeah, that could be the thing where like undercover they are the ones actually running the university.
and the funny thing is that university is linked to the Catholic Church. I'm like, why the fuck does the Catholic Church? I respect the Catholic Church, but why do they want to have emus in a university?
That's
To
weird.
teach war doctrines to their crusaders.
Yeah, see that makes perfect sense.
The emus are more intelligent than we give them credit for. I'm like-
You would want like victors in a military situation to come teach you military strategy.
Yeah.
I see. I'm still surprised that no one's being killed by said emus, or officially no one's being killed.
Officially.
Because
I mean, they can really kick your shit in.
Because that university is known for its rampant drug use and alcoholism.
Great.
Nice.
Great. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, so my
Are these
question.
emus used as carriers?
No, these emus are just there in a cage for some reason.
In a cage.
Why? I mean, if the university wants to keep peacocks for the aesthetics, I could understand, but emus, they're just grey
Yeah,
and brown.
We had peacocks, but
look
like
like
those
dirt.
weren't like university kept ones. They just used to fly in and
they
fly
just
out.
roam around. Yeah, the thing about peacocks is
Yeah.
you don't want a peacock staying in your university as a pet because
I
the
know.
the screeches sound like kids being tortured, like little babies being
I
tortured.
know. For
Yeah.
like a week or two, we couldn't sleep properly because I don't know what happened. They had a baby or something. I don't know. They just didn't want to leave like right next to our dorm.
And the thing,
For a week or two, we couldn't sleep.
and the thing is hurting. Is it hurting or killing a peacock? It's illegal.
I think both.
Why?
Because it's a national bird.
It's a national bird.
Oh.
So, but peacocks, they're like, an honor.
And there's like good there's an entire procedure for that. So one thing is, yeah, you can't hurt or kill it, so that is illegal. Second thing is, if you come across like a dead peacock, I'm not sure about this one, but I think you're supposed to wrap it up in the flag and then bury it.
Oh no, I don't think that's real.
Because I have seen people actually do that.
Maybe it might be like a tradition, but I don't think it's law.
Wait, I'll just check.
Let me check because I've never heard of this.
While you check, I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just googling this. Okay, but what happened? What because what? Okay, so it's not a law. It's like someone did it. A couple of cops apparently did it because they thought it was honoring the bird.
Yeah. But
Yes.
then apparently it's a violation. It's
Yeah,
against
I know.
the law.
That's why it's a violation. Like soiling the flag is a violation. No, it's not just one cop. Okay, there's Delhi police. There's Tamil Nadu police. I'm like, what's wrong with cops? What do you cops think you should do? See, according to Section 5 of the Flag Code of India, the flag shall not be used as a drapery in any form whatsoever except in state, military, central, paramilitary force funerals.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't remember this. I'm like, apparently the Delhi cops did it, and a couple of cops in Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu did it.
Oh my god. Nice.
Why not the peacocks?
Nice. Come to India, our cops break the law.
See, the thing is, this is not so obscure. Like, it's like horrible. It's like those And quality when I test stuff, like I test the normal flows that customers use for a program, and then I use the really rare ones, which theoretically speaking no one will use, but all it takes is one person to use it for the system to break. Like he presses the logout button, then presses the login button twice. You know, the weird combination of stuff that no normal person would do.
Yeah.
I see.
It's like cheat codes.
Yeah. This is something like that. It's like, how much mental gymnastics you have to do to break this law. As a peacock, let's wrap it in the Indian flag. What? Heck, the peacocks. The peacocks, the emus. Like, I still don't know why they have emus. You know, you have to feed those emus. Or maybe, just maybe, the dean.
Yeah.
Just the dean's like, fattening it up and he's gonna cook it later.
Who knows?
So I think in about 2012 or something like that, emus became a popular delicacy in India. Or in South India.
South India.
Yeah.
Not the entire of India.
So what happened was there was this guy who opened up a farm in Tamil Nadu, an emu farm in Tamil Nadu, and did some really good marketing about emu meat, and apparently the whole thing was a scam. But till that point, people were eating emu. So maybe, just maybe, this guy, the dean is planning on is planning on cooking those emus. But I wonder how many kids have been killed by said emus. You know, you get drunk, you get stoned, you go there, you stick your hand inside and start insulting the bird. What do you think it's gonna do? Someone's something.
I went away to, there's emus on the campus and people bury peacocks wrapped up in Indian flags and come back to the world's biggest chicken nuggets. And how many stoners you think those birds already killed? Okay, so the Indian flag thing, apparently it's not lots. It's like 2 cases of cops using the flag to wrap up a bird.
Technically, that is against the law.
No, that's not technically. It is against the law.
Yeah.
So you're not, like, according to Indian law, you're not supposed to use the flag as a drapery unless the person killed is military, law enforcement, or paramilitary. So wrapping a bird with the flag, and you can't like bury the flag with the body. The flag is handed over to the next of kin of the person who passed away. I think it's the same protocol everywhere else, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
So just imagine handing a flag to the peacock's little chicks. Here you go, little bird, take good care of the flag. We're sorry for your loss.
Oh my God.
Your dad was annoying and screeched all night. It's So Orakos, so what I was saying was, in my state, there was this time when emus became a delicacy.
Okay.
So it's possible that the dean of this university has these emus because he's fattening them up.
So, emu as a delicacy. So I believe the Australians tried telling people just eat the emus, but they don't taste all that good.
Nah, I don't know. It doesn't taste that great. It's like it's too rubbery. But the thing is, it's Australian. It's a foreign bird. Marketing.
Yes.
Marketing. It's a foreign bird. Let's eat the foreign bird. Of all the things they could do, let's eat it. Let's eat this dinosaur-looking motherfucker.
Yeah, let's eat the Australian bush raptor. Great.
So it became popular for quite some time. I think 2010 to 2014 was quite popular. After that, I think the company that the emu farm filed for bankruptcy, or was it a scam, or it was called out as a scam. I don't remember exactly what happened, but it was quite popular and suddenly dropped. They had emu, the fresh emu in the supermarket.
Oh boy.
Imagine that. And you have movie stars on these TV shows saying that emu tastes good. I'm like, press X to doubt. And if you look deep enough, Indian cuisine is like Chinese cuisine. We eat anything. Like, I'm not saying the mainstream. If you like, so I have this co-worker from the countryside. He's like, yes, we eat cats. We don't eat the common cats. We eat something called a jungle cat. I'm like, dude, it's still a cat. It's like, so,
No.
and it gets better. He's like, so we eat something called a bush rat. I'm like, what? Is it a rat? He's like, no, it's like a rabbit, but it's a rat.
It's like a. Is it a rat? Yes, but no.
Is it a rat or not? Yes. It tastes really good. And he's like, isn't rabbit technically a rat? I'm like, yes, but that's come on. What else have they had? It's weird. Like, I'm not sure about, like, they eat they stick to mammals mostly. They don't
They
go.
stick to mammals mostly.
See,
Okay.
if you dig deep enough, you might find another sort of weird cuisines in some other part of India.
You might find insects somewhere.
Insects are like, I've seen so much of insects, insect-based dishes that I'm not that. I'm more concerned about them eating reptiles. You cook it wrong, you're screwed.
Yeah.
But reptiles, I don't think it's that popular. I haven't heard much about people eating reptiles over here.
Yeah, no. Like you hear about Floridians eating gators, but they basically do everything else with gators too. So
They eat
not
them too.
surprised.
I thought they kept them as pets.
No, they do
no,
that as
they
well.
keep them as pets. They
They eat them.
toss them at people they don't like. They eat them. They do everything with gators.
And ever since the
Sometimes
Burmese...
they even try to hump them.
Yeah, some of them, not all of them. Florida's a wild place.
Well,
How
apparently it's
horny do you
bad
have to
enough that there is a law that you are not allowed to have drunken coitus with a gator.
They specified gators.
They also specified drunken. So
So,
is it allowed if you're sober?
see, that's a violation of different law. Because in Florida, I don't think any quote-unquote relationship with between a human and an animal is allowed.
Yeah.
So it's possible that this one, the drunken intercourse with a gator, is more, is a more severe punishment than the other one. I'm like,
I don't know. I mean, it's probably just so you you can't say, "Oh, I was
drunk.
out of my mind," literally.
The thing is, when you're drunk, your true characters come out.
Because I mean, that's straight up a thing in Germany. If you have more than 3 promille, you can't be made
Liable.
liable for your actions anymore. So if you want to rob a bank, do it above 3 promille.
You know what? I think I get away with robbery in Germany. I have a high tolerance. I'll be like, Your Honor, I was drunk out of my mind. I was blackout drunk. But I successfully executed a high stakes bank robbery.
Yeah, why not?
And Your Honor,
Let's get a flight to Germany.
and they'll be like, and if they ask me to return, I'll be like, Your Honor, I was so drunk that I spent all the money. See, what's the worst that'll happen? They'll deport me. We're talking about
pretty much.
Yeah, they're talking about Germany. A friend of mine called me up. She wants to go to Germany for a conference. I told Fuji the story.
Oh right, yeah.
The passport. She still hasn't applied for her passport. So what happens is her conference is, I think, in 12th April. Not that much time, and she doesn't have a passport. So apply.
Listen, you don't need a passport to get into Germany. You only need to know one single word, and that's azul.
Isn't azul blue? Doesn't azul mean blue in Spanish?
No. Yes,
is
azul means blue in Spanish, but azul means that basically you claim to be a refugee, they stop asking questions.
The thing is, she needs to go that far. I think that only works when you're, in the boundaries of Germany.
Oh.
Yeah, she needs to be able to get off the ground here.
Yeah, they're not gonna let her on a flight unless she has a valid passport.
It's as simple as that. You ask for asylum, they stop asking questions. They're like, here, come in. Here's your house. Here's money. Do whatever you want.
You know what? I should say a couple of more controversial things. Run off to Germany and ask for asylum.
That would work.
No, so the thing is, she doesn't.
Straight up work.
No, so the thing is, she wants to go to Germany for a conference, just a conference. I told her last week, please, for love of God, apply for your passport. She calls me up today. I'm sleeping. She calls me up today, early in the morning, and she's like, "It's an emergency." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "So the thing is, I'm thinking about applying multiple times for a passport." I'm like, it's illegal. Prison ain't that such a nice place. So her strategy is she'll apply multiple times. So the first time it comes, she'll take that passport and go to job. Like, that's illegal.
Yeah, I wouldn't advise that.
So her another thing is, she's like, what if hypothetically the conference is postponed because of the war? I'm like, it doesn't work that way. The war is in a different country. It's not in Germany. It's like saying that India stops operating because of the war in Afghanistan. And she's like, what do I do? I'm like, apply for a passport and then contact them saying that you can't make it. Can you attend online? Because see, if she applies now, like she said the earliest she can get is, the earliest appointment she got with the passport authority was, I think, 18th or something like that.
Damn it.
And even if she gets the fastest one, that's about, one worry that she'll get it by 21st. She has to be in Germany, Berlin by 21st of April. I know, that was December, so I got the numbers right. She has to be in Berlin by the 15th of April. I'm like, yeah, good luck with that. And she's like, will they give me special category visa because it's an emergency? I'm like, do you have a medical emergency? Are you a political asylum seeker? No. Then this isn't an emergency.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, the 15th, so I hope she's vaccinated.
I forgot to ask that.
So, there was a decision made that, as of the 15th of this month, you are no longer allowed to enter any public establishment without being vaccinated.
I think she's vaccinated. So I'm not sure about that, but the thing is, she was like, I was half asleep, and I was pissed because she woke me up, and beyond that, I was pissed because she's like bitching about the dumbest thing I've ever heard. She's like, oh, I can't go see the Eiffel Tower. I'm like, shut the fuck up and sleep. Let me sleep in peace. I'm like, of all your priorities, I'm like, you haven't even got your passport. Do you want to go to the Eiffel Tower? First of all, Paris stinks as a city. Why do you want to go to Paris? There are lots of beautiful places in Germany.
Yeah, sure. I mean, if
you
want to see some pretty buildings, I guess.
I mean, isn't the German countryside pretty beautiful?
Let me have a look out of my window. Not right now.
Raining?
Yes.
Okay. So she's like, if I get past, the thing is, so what happened was she could get an earlier booking in a different city, but I'm like, so the thing is, when you apply for a passport, at least your first time, they send law enforcement to verify that you live where you claim to live. The thing is, if she's not in her place when they come to check it out, she's screwed.
Yep.
It's I don't know how to put it. I'm like, she made it sound like the words. I'm like, the question was, the thing was, first question was, are they going? I hope they postpone because of the war. That pissed me off. That actually pissed me off. I'm like, first of all, it's not. You're not that big. Second of all, just a conference. It's just a conference.
Please postpone the war. I have
No,
a
no,
conference.
no,
Please
please.
don't start
No,
a
no,
war
no,
at
no. The other
all.
way around. The other way around.
She's like, the best thing that can happen is they postpone the conference because of the war, and I want the war to end as soon as possible. I'm like, I'm pissed. I'm like, please leave me alone. Let me sleep in peace. It was a surreal experience, to say the least. Like I told,
Yes.
see, I told her you can contact me if it's an emergency, and this is an emergency. And she's like, okay, what do I need for like so? If I have passport, I get visa, right? I'm like, no, you need to prove your itinerary. You have to have a minimum bank balance, and you need to have travel insurance.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, will the conference provide that? I'm like, I don't know. Ask them. Why are you asking me? Like, they won't provide you minimum balance. I can tell you that much. They won't provide you minimum bank balance. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
See, place to stay, maybe. Like, it's a stretch, but maybe. But everything else, they ain't gonna provide that for you. And then she's like,
Conference provide minimum bank balance.
minimum bank balance.
Sure.
So if that was the case, you know how many conferences I'll be going to? I'll be showing my face wherever I can because minimum bank balance is good. Just
By now, I would have become like a public speaker or something.
see, all you need is multiple banks and have minimum bank balance in each one of them. Multiple bank accounts and have minimum bank balance in each one of them. They're done.
Yeah. Just become the next Greta Thunberg. Become rich.
Isn't she the one with the extremely fancy yacht?
She has a yacht?
Yeah,
I don't know if she has a yacht. She was the one that was sailed across.
Yeah,
So,
I thought that was her yacht, the green yacht or something like that.
So she refused to fly across the Atlantic to speak in front of the United Nations.
Okay, so couldn't she have just had a Zoom call?
So no, they organized her a boat.
A boat
with which to sail across the Atlantic.
Okay, so I'm mistaken. It was that boat I was talking about. Wasn't it one of those extremely green friendly whatever the fuck boats?
Yeah,
normal sailboat is quite green.
Trimaran sailing boat. So yeah, but thing is, because she didn't want to fly, they had people. They had the boat made ready. They had provisions for 10 days of sailing put on that boat. They had a Coast Guard escort because she's a very prominent figure, and yeah. Then they had 3 people who sailed her over, which were flown back from New York to England, and 3 new people flown from England to New York to sail the boat back.
Oh my.
Just because a little girl didn't want to fly.
Wait,
but it was just for they only did it for nature's sake, right?
Now see, right now we can maybe now isn't she legally an adult right now? Let me check.
No, she's like 15.
Now let me check her age.
Now?
No, she's 19. Yes, she's 19. She's 19. We can make fun of her. She's 19. We can make fun of her.
Nice.
Nice.
Honestly, she looks like she's suffering from fetal alcohol syndrome.
Now see, in her defense, she has Asperger's syndrome. So.
She has what?
Asperger's.
Asperger's.
I don't know how to describe it without sounding offensive. It's like autism, but it's not like autism.
Yeah.
So for some reason she's doing a school strike. Fridays for future, then stand with Ukraine. Okay, school strike for Ukraine. Okay, that's fine.
Fridays for Future is the greatest hoax you'll ever see.
What's Fridays for Future? I don't even know what that is.
It's basically children taking Fridays off from school to demonstrate for the environment.
Isn't that like what every one of us did when we were kids? Like, Mom, I want to fight against oppression, so I'm taking Friday off.
Yeah, basically. So, you'll have to see it to believe it. So, first of all, in Germany right now, assemblies in public spaces are not legal because of COVID. Still,
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
That doesn't count for Fridays for Future.
What?
Yes, they are very selective with which type of public assembly is allowed and which isn't. So the rule of thumb is if you want to protest for something nobody in the government cares about,
Go out on a
it's
Friday.
okay. If you want to protest against legal decisions made by our government or against the way they handle our economy or handle civil rights, that's banned because it's dangerous because of COVID, you know?
Isn't this basically what Boris Johnson did in UK?
Yes.
I'm allowed to party. No one else is allowed to party.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but it's like it's a less offensive version of that.
Canadian Emperor Trudeau also did that.
I see.
Oh, he's been
the
promoted to
blackface guy.
a
The blackface guy.
Yeah, blackface Trudeau. Justin Blackface Emperor Justin Blackface
He's an
Trudeau.
emperor now.
Well,
Hmm.
there were a bunch of truckers.
Yeah,
that
no.
were told, Yeah, you
Yeah,
are no
yeah.
longer allowed to work because of COVID. You spread it across the country, you filthy plague carriers. Stay at home and starve, please. They were protesting against it, and he sicked the National Guard on them.
Okay, so
He immediately declared a state of emergency.
Yeah, I think it was like within 24 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys,
great.
and I know I'm diverting the topic, but I discovered the person behind the Russian strategy of Ukraine. This is exclusive, okay? Just look at the screen. That's Putin with his chief strategist right there.
Wait, is it in the...
Let me just post it in the group as well. Collab chat. That's the president of Russia with his chief strategist.
Oh, that's hilarious.
In all honesty, I don't think it's that far off from the reality.
But yeah, it's man. Oh no. So I was talking about, yes, the Fridays for Future demonstrations. It's great because there's like a bunch of 12 to 14-year-old children screaming to abolish all kinds of every single sort of industry, and to ban and also to ban agriculture.
What?
Wasn't
agriculture? Isn't agriculture green?
So, no. They hate agriculture because we're just poisoning the land. You know?
With what? Corn?
So they don't understand that a farmer poisoning the land destroys his only source of income. They don't get it.
They're kids. Let's just put that with their kids. They're a bunch of
It's
kids.
brilliant. And so yeah, those demonstrations, because they are in major cities, they don't take public transport. They are brought by their parents most of the time in SUVs.
Yeah, I think yeah. Now I remember. I think you had told me this.
It's just children that come from quote unquote privileged households. So basically, children with wealthy parents, and wealthy parents here in Germany drive exclusively
BMWs.
SUVs.
Yes, like the Americans.
So they are brought from everywhere. Like people from here drive to Frankfurt. That's like an hour of driving. They drive for an hour in a big ass SUV. Their parents wait on some parking lot for their children to scream and shout their lungs out to abolish every branch of industry and also abolish agriculture. And also, why don't we all collectively commit? Because that would definitely save the world.
You know, the biggest scam when it comes to climate change is that, what's the meeting that they have in Switzerland? The biggest waste of
2020.
not 2020. It happens every year. The climate. Like even Thumbuk went and spoke over there. What's that place called?
Climate Action Task Force or something?
No. That's a unit. That's a. There's a meeting. I think it's run by the. What called that? The IMF. I'm not sure.
So yeah, and it's basically 14-year-old children crying about shit they know nothing about, being driven there for like an hour drive in a big ass SUV, then crying about cars having too high emissions, and then being driven home for an hour in a big ass SUV.
Okay, God, I think it's a World Economic Forum.
World Economic Forum,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I would say it's like, see, if the guys that really care about climate change just don't host that. You know how much CO2 emission is created to host such a thing like that. You have rich ass people coming there. You have powerful people coming there. The fuel itself.
Listen, nobody cares about the environment. There's a lot of money and a lot of publicity to be made.
Yeah, that's true. And talking about organizations like that, you guys want to hear the wildest news story I've heard lately? Lately mean last 5 years.
Go ahead.
So the World Wildlife Forum was accused of committing war crimes in Africa. Let me just get them get that
World Wildlife
forum.
Is a
The panda
war
guys.
crime.
Yeah, they committed war crimes in Africa.
Why is a wildlife organization in a war in the first place?
Okay, so what happened? So yeah, about that. So what happened
Say,
is.
have you heard of a little thing called PETA?
I mean, yeah.
Okay,
The people who advocate for the extermination of the human race.
Okay, so when it comes to the World Wildlife Forum's war crimes, it's not that insidious. So the World Wildlife Forum is a private organization like PETA. It has no governmental oversight whatsoever. And then for all intents and purposes, you can argue that they do what they want. So in some countries, like let's say us, the Americans, I don't know, maybe in most European countries, most of the, I don't want to sound like a dick here, but most of the developed world, like the World Wildlife Forum's funds given to said government is taken by the government. The forest department takes care of all the necessary stuff. However, in certain countries which are not so economically fortunate, the government outsources the forest department's jobs to the World Wildlife Forum, and they outsource it to hide guns.
Oh.
See, I don't know about you, but that's like a terrible idea. Getting a bunch of local thugs, paying them money, and teaching them how to use said guns.
Great.
So what happens is the World Wildlife Forum hires ex-special forces from Europe, like from some of the best, to train local militias to fight against poachers. But the problem about said local militias is they ain't just fighting the poachers.
Yeah, they're fighting everyone because they can.
Yeah, they can and they want to.
Oh no.
So they go around, torching villages, shooting people, and so there's something called 30% by 2030. The program of the World Wildlife Forum. I don't know if it's World WWF or it's someone else, but there's something called 30% by 2030. Or maybe I'm just talking about ass. I'm not sure. So the rule is 30% of land the world should be virgin forest by 2030. But that kind of forgets the point of indigenous people living in the jungle. So these hired guns by the World Wildlife Forum go around. Okay, I'm sorry. I keep saying calling the forum. It's World Wildlife Fund. I stand corrected. So
Right.
the
They
WWF
send their hired goons
To
into
go-
the jungle to exterminate indigenous people.
to beat them up, yeah, and to convince them to relocate. And I don't know about you, but I don't want some random hired gun coming to my house and telling me to leave. So
I mean, you don't live in the jungle.
yeah, I don't live anywhere. So even if I live in a jungle, I won't want some city folk to come and tell me that you're ruining the environment when I'm living in peace with the environment. So it resulted in these militias beating up, torturing, shooting, all the classics to said people. And the World Wildlife Fund is extremely decentralized. So let's say the office in the DRC failed to report it to the headquarters in Switzerland because they want to look good on the next report.
Really?
Failed. Okay.
So
They failed to communicate it, right?
they failed
It
to
was
commit.
just a mistake.
It was a misunderstanding between the security forces hired by them, who happened to be quote unquote good people, and the natives.
Hmm.
And it gets worse when you think about it, because the worst thing, I mean, I won't say call it the worst thing. I'd say it's pretty good. It's just that the most surprising thing was BuzzFeed reported on this. BuzzFeed, you know the guys.
Ah.
BuzzFeed.
BuzzFeed.
Yeah,
The guys who are like, what's the problem? Just kill all men.
yeah. Those are the guys. So BuzzFeed around that time opened up a new department called BuzzFeed Investigative Journalism. Because
Oh god. Oh god, I don't like the sound of that.
so see, the thing about BuzzFeed is it's reached a point where everyone sees them as a joke.
Yeah.
They are a joke.
Yeah, they are a joke. So they actually opened up a semi-independent news agency to compete with the New York Times, and they broke and they reported on this story. I'm like, this sounds like Donald Trump calling his Kanye West calling his friend Donald Trump to get some rapper out of prison in Sweden, which is a real thing.
Yep.
I'm like, you know why the Onion Network, the parody news agencies are going out of business? It's because reality is more absurd than the fiction they create.
That is true. That is true. I mean,
Imagine that.
BuzzFeed's news agency. Yeah, screw that.
I think it's for BuzzFeed Investigative Journalism. Let me say, check.
This is so sad. And sorry for quoting Trump there.
No, Trump. See, Trump. It's BuzzFeed News Investigations.
God.
Nice.
Yeah, honestly, if I were not to trust one person or one group of people with investigative journalism, it would be BuzzFeed.
No, see, that's the irony. They broke this. They're the ones who came up with the story. They did the groundwork. So I'm like, what's going on here? This is so confusing.
This is just tragic.
What is? See, Orakos, if you think BuzzFeed is bad, you haven't seen Indian journalism yet.
Oh, I mean, we also have so there's this one newspaper here in Germany. It's called Bild.
Okay.
It's so the way they format their individual segments is basically World War II Nazi propaganda.
Oh no! Oh no! What is this?
Yeah, they do everything in their power to escalate every single situation they report about.
Okay, so is it like an ultra nationalist right wing group, or is it just?
No, that's the thing.
Oh, okay. So they just do it for the scoop.
Yeah, so there was this there was in a bigger city reports of parts of a big Turkish family trying to get a honor killing going.
Okay.
But they couldn't find the specific daughter they wanted to lynch.
What do you mean by specific daughters? How many daughters do they have that they couldn't find one of their daughters?
Yeah, she ran away. They
Okay,
couldn't find her.
then it's fine.
Okay.
And until that newspaper doxed said daughter.
Oh no!
In a private messaging to that family, not in a newspaper or anything. They sent a private message to dox her just to escalate the situation.
Oh god, it's like Herbert.
Wait, but then isn't that like assisting a crime?
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
See, it's like a real. It's like that James Bond film. Which one? What's it called? The World Is Not Enough.
Yeah. Thing is,
not World Is Not. Tomorrow Never Dies.
Journalists here in Germany can basically do whatever they want. They have you could akin it. It's very close to a sort of diplomatic immunity. So if a journalist by accident, doxes someone and something bad happens to them, it's not their fault. They just did their job.
My goodness.
Okay, so Indian news agencies are like the exact opposite when it comes to bad. They just don't know what they're writing. Like, for example, the title will be something, and the article won't even talk about that something.
Yeah.
Or they just make shit up. Okay, they just make shit up. That's my personal opinion. They'll just make shit up.
Yeah.
Like, for
You see,
example,
a lot of the times this thing also I've seen, but I think it's not really specific to over here. I think it might be everywhere. Is that I'll go on the internet. I'll go open Google News for whatever stupid reason. I'll start scrolling down, and there'll be 5 or 6 or 7 different news outlets
referring
with different titles, but exactly word for word the
oh yes,
same
so
content
what they do is they
matter.
either take it from the New York Times, the LA Times, the Washington Post. There'll be like 4 or 5 sources. They just, and below that there'll be a disclaimer saying that only the title was edited by us. This is a word for word from this news agency. See,
I don't need to see 5 times what somebody else has, some sixth person has written.
okay, see, Fuji, that is better than them writing. Okay, have you seen them write? Their writing would be like, so there was this entire thing about. I would say it's a real thing. Okay, this racism on the Ukrainian border. It's a real thing. I'm not gonna be like, but it's not a systematic thing. I won't say it's like a government authorized thing. It's just a real thing. Like some people are racist. So so what happened was there was this article saying Indian student tortured by Ukrainian force. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? I read below. Nothing about torture. Apparently, some girl got screamed at by Ukrainian border guard. I'm like, that's it, dude. Like it was written like she was beaten or something like that in the title. I'm like, where's the physical abuse? I'm like, I read this article for the physical abuse.
So, yeah, a German news agency reported everyone who's coming from the Ukraine is black.
What? How?
Yes.
How?
What?
Yeah.
No, see,
They
how?
were like, yeah, all Ukrainian refugees are black.
How?
What?
Oh, that doesn't make sense.
Ukrainians
What?
just ethnically changed overnight.
what the Ukrainians are doing blackface now?
No, last time I checked, Slavic people weren't.
No, see,
Excuse me?
Orakos, maybe I'm gonna make a really edgy joke, but maybe the Ukrainians are doing blackface to get more sympathy points.
Hmm.
But jokes aside, this is dumb. Like, I think it's like, but maybe they're trying to fearmonger because for some reason, people of African heritage have this negative connotation associated with them.
Yes.
So maybe it might, it might be a way of fearmongering against Ukrainian refugees by associating them with people of African heritage. Even though both.
Yeah, no. So people of African heritage, specifically North African, have a really bad reputation here right now because during the big refugee crisis a couple of years back, the first people who came over here did some bad shit.
Okay.
Or some of them. So they have this stigmata on them. And they try to milk it for everything it's worth. And it's disgusting.
No, so that's the thing. Maybe they're trying to use that in this context.
Oh, yeah, no, they are absolutely trying to use that. But yeah, that's another case.
Yeah, see, so the thing is, when it comes to Indian news agencies, they're not that smart. I'll just be honest. Like, so for example, they're like, Russian plane shot down, a Sukhoi 27 shot down. You know what aircraft there was on the article?
Yeah, it was an F-16.
Yeah, the F-16C. And it had US Air Force written. I'm like, visible confusion. Why mean it's... And below that they put a disclaimer, representative image. I'm like, you guys are just Google Sukhoi 27 because I googled F-16. That was the first image that came up. So they took the first image and posted it here. Even that's fine.
Let me type fighter jet. Let me see if they were dumb enough to type fighter jet and pick up the first ones that were there.
And most probably been F-16 when you type fighter jet. That's the first one that normally pops up.
Yeah.
And it gets worse, okay? So I saw this article by a reputable news source. I'm not gonna name them because then they'll sue me for defamation. saying top 10 books.
Yeah, the F-16 is the first one when you type fighter jet.
So what happened was,
Pretty sure this is that F-16.
yeah, it is, like, just post in chat. I'll see.
So they just typed in fighter jet. God damn it!
So what happened was there was this article called
my.
Top 10 Books Written about the Indian Army. And guess what picture was there? Just guess. And this was about a month back.
Pakistani.
No, that would have been fine. I mean, compared to what happened.
Oh, this is like the mine? Wait.
Don't tell me they put Nazi troops there.
No. That would have been pretty revealing about their secret plans. I mean, there are some groups over here that are extremely... yes, Fuji, that's the same image.
Yes, I heard about the, what is it, Adolf Hitler ice cream?
Hitler ice cream, yeah.
Wait, there's a Hitler ice cream?
Yeah, UP. It's in UP.
Apparently there is Hitler ice cream.
Yeah, it's in UP.
Yeah, let's see. What does it taste like?
No, you don't want to know. It tastes like shit, but
I
looks
mean,
like
look like.
You want to see it?
Wait, you had it?
No, I haven't had it. I know it tastes like shit because it's like from one of those tiny local brands.
Hmm.
Okay, so look at that. Look at that. Okay, so the thing is, in that article about the top 5 books about the Indian Army, they had a Ukrainian National Guard soldier. And the flag was on his shoulder. You can clearly see the flag.
Yeah.
You can clearly see the Ukrainian flag.
Okay, great. I mean, yeah. That's what happens if you type in soldier.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm like, when did we become white? My first question, when did we become white? I'm like, it wasn't like, so if you look at some parts of Ukraine, you could mistake them for maybe people, like, they have a tan. So you could be like, maybe he's an Indian who's pale. I'm like, nope, he's as pale as a Slav could get. And he's wearing and the biggest Tilton sign is, there's a Ukrainian flag on his shoulder. I'm like, how stupid should you be that you think the Ukrainian flag is the Indian flag? They don't even have similar colors.
Look, people, I have seen a poster where for the Indian Navy's new warship launch,
Yeah.
they had like a ceremony and they had a wallpaper in the background or something. I think it was digital. I don't know. They had a wallpaper in the background and the wallpaper had no Indian ship in it. It had 2 American littoral combat ships.
Yeah, that's what they did. Oh yeah, so talk about Hitler. I'm not gonna put this on stream because this might get us in a lot of trouble, and we have to delete a lot. I'm just gonna put on chat. I'm gonna delete it afterwards. But this
I saw one.
The clothes store.
They have the wrong symbol.
No, yeah, it should be tilted a bit, right? 45 degrees.
Yeah, it has to be tilted. This is the wrong symbol.
It's okay. These people aren't that bright. Because they have Superman in a shop called Hitler. A Superman t-shirt in a shop called Hitler. And Superman's the exact opposite of what Hitler stands for. Damn it, no, because the thing is that it's not all of India, it's just some parts are fucking weird.
you know that meme of Jackie Chan making that what face? Yeah, that's me right now.
Oh, it gets better, okay? So mine, the book, I'm not gonna say the name, the book, his book, is a bestseller in India.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Go for it.
And talking
Knock
about
yourselves out.
it's a pretty crappy book from whatever. Like, so apparently a couple of people in my university had it in the bookshelves to seem intellectual.
To seem fancy.
So, if I were allowed to buy it, and if I were allowed to know what was written inside, I'd say yes, it's a pretty bad book. But I am not allowed to know what's written inside, so I can't say that.
See, Orakos, I can tell you what's written inside. It's like, the Jews are bad, poor me, I'm suffering. Why did I go to prison? Even though we all know why he went to prison. That's it, that's his book. That's his book, in a nutshell.
I thought there might be something about military tactics and stuff.
No, dude, think about
No,
him.
it's just him crying.
It's him whining about why he
Yeah.
got thrown into prison. So him and his party started this mini insurrection, and they all got beaten up and thrown in prison.
Yeah, I know.
So that's it. No military tactics over there. If you want, you can use this as a book on how not to start an insurrection.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I was
really
googling it. So
bad.
Indian MP attends parliament in a Hitler costume. This is an article that's more than 3 years old.
Oh no.
So he apparently dressed up as Adolf Hitler to campaign for more funds in his state.
How does the how is there not an inverse effect? Like, wouldn't there be you want more? You're asking for something.
Okay,
And you go out like
I'm just gonna put him on chat.
Oh, I've actually seen this guy.
You've seen this guy? He's like the state next door for me.
Oh my god.
You know,
God.
it's terrible cosplay. I can tell you that much. It's like the
Yeah, both literally and figuratively, it's terrible cosplay.
yeah, it's terrible. Okay, so apparently I'm gonna read that.
Meanwhile, here a guy gets beaten up and sent to hospital because he was dressed like Charlie Chaplin.
Oh, the mustache thing because of the mustache.
Yeah, the silent film actor that by chance had the same mustache.
Okay, so apparently, this is from the article. I quote: he said the costume was meant to send a warning to the Prime Minister, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, to grant special economic assistance to the state of Andhra Pradesh. He's like, if you do not give us money, I'll turn into Hitler, more or less. He's he's threatening the central government by dressing up as Hitler with his terrible cosplay. So he wants money, basically wants, but yeah, apart from that, he's trying to justify it by saying the central government state is stealing money from him. That's like, I don't know. That's bullshit, okay, that's bullshit. In fact, I'd say the central government's pumping money into the state. But
And also, if the central government were to take you seriously, you'd be finished in like 24 hours.
if you saw him as a threat, they'll just call the Central Armed Police Force and, arrest him for treason. So, this article is fun. I'm gonna read both. So apparently he's appeared before dressed as a farmer, a cattle herder, and a Muslim cleric. And in women's clothes to protest against Modi's decision to withdraw high-value banknotes from circulation. How?
What?
What? Like, see, the demonetization. Okay, so there was a time, I think it was 2016, right? Demonetization.
I think.
Fuji. So what happened was the Indian government removed the value of two high-value notes from circulation. So effectively, those notes became tissue paper, and you can go to your bank and exchange it for other currency like the newer notes. But if you had like a shit ton of old notes, you're basically broke at that point. So that was the infamous demonetization. So this guy went to the parliament dressed up in women's clothes to protest demonetization.
What?
Yeah, apparently it disproportionately hurt women. See, I agree. Maybe it disproportionately hurt women. But you do not dress like a woman. You get what I mean, right? This is insulting. He dressed as a Muslim cleric.
I feel like this guy takes method acting a bit too seriously.
Yeah, is he the new Jared Leto? Mom, can we have a Jared Leto? We have a Jared Leto at home. Jared Leto at home. Oh God, I think it'll be fine if I just post this picture for a few minutes. It's for pure journalism, YouTube. It's fine. Here you go, chat. This is the infamous chap we're talking about. The Indian Jared Leto. I just hope he doesn't sue me now.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Is he gonna come to my place dressed up as myself? Red wig, glasses.
Just as yourself.
He's gonna come here dressed up as Coconut, but he's gonna track me down, come here dressed
Yeah,
up
I
as Coconut.
mean, you'll have the first in-person cosplay
Yeah,
fan.
yeah, my biggest fan. You'll become my biggest fan.
As I said, don't worry about it. If anyone asks weird questions, just tell them I forced you to do so.
See, that's fine. Like, see, the thing is, quite a lot of them secretly admire the naughty Germans from the 40s. So they'll want your contact details. So they can ask you if you're his grandson or some shit like that.
Oh no.
It's like the more North you get, the more pro-Nazi they get over here.
Oh no.
I wouldn't say pro, like pro
Nah, I mean,
Nazi. I guess more like just Hitler.
Yeah, pro-Hitler. Because, like,
I
for...
don't like this.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. It's like the funny thing is, Hitler wanted us exterminated as well. And these guys are like, oh, I'm such a big fan. Oh, Hitler's arm, I'm such a big fan. Oh my god.
Yeah, there are pockets of people here that I don't really understand.
See,
What goes on in their brain?
from their perspective, Hitler fought against the evil Brits and French, according to them. And when I say evil, I'm quoting it over here. I don't mean it literally.
Yeah. God damn it.
Hmm.
So they're like, if he fought the colonizers, he must be a good guy. I'm like, it doesn't work that way. And the scary thing is, I'm seeing kind of a similar sentiment when it comes to the Ukraine thing, especially with certain news agencies.
Hmm.
They're like, we don't like the West, so Russia oppressing a Western ally is good. And like, see, the thing is, whatever your take on it is, you celebrating the death of civilians is bad.
Yeah, like on humanitarian grounds, you
Yeah,
should
and
have sane mind.
I mean, like
You should have an understanding of what is right and what is not.
I mean, like, you shouldn't be like I won't even say just civilians. Celebrating death itself is wrong. I mean, death of others is wrong.
Yeah.
So it's like it's weird. Yeah, it's weird. It's like, in fact, it's reached a point where the Indian government is actually discrediting some of the news stories these guys put up.
Yeah. I mean, they have to.
No, they have to because it's reached
Good, isn't it?
No, see, it's reached a point where, like, at first the Indian government just ignores them. It's reached a point where the Indian government is giving official statements discrediting the news stories. Like the one about systematic torture of Indian students by Ukrainian forces, the Indian government came up with a statement saying it's untrue. I'm like, why do you guys get so hard by the Russians killing Ukrainians? What's wrong with you guys?
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Not
And
gonna lie.
it's extremely weird, and it gets better because I think I want to bring back that picture of Putin and his chief advisor. Apparently, according to some of these guys, Putin is a master tactician. See, love him or hate him, he's not a master tactician. I think we can all agree that much.
Yep.
He's no military genius. But it's kinda annoying. But compared to him, there's another interesting guy. You know where I'm going, right? You know what I'm going to talk about. I want to be mom. Can I be a colonel?
Does Orakos know about this?
Yeah. He knows. He knows who we're talking about.
Okay.
Okay, I found it really, but it's. I found a young pic of him. I found a young pic of him when he was younger. It's I don't know. It's copyright protected, but let me check. Lukashenko young. Like him younger he looks. Not gonna lie, he looks pretty different. He looks kind of handsome in the way that 1980s porn stars looked handsome.
Like full on Ron Jeremy stash.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And that smile. I wonder how many Belarusian women fell for that smile. Here it is. Here we have him. I kept him in the background and I posted here. I couldn't get a better resolution. Look at him. Look at him. Just look at him. Look at that smile.
Ah.
Oh, give me a second. I need to. Oh my.
Oh,
Looks.
okay.
Oh, why is his head so shiny?
See, they probably Orakos. They probably didn't have like one of those. What is that called? The umbrella thing for the Flash. The white umbrella.
See that the shiny head, like see in this thing. Look at how happy he is. Just look at how happy he is. He's never smiled since he became president.
He's a very happy chap.
So look at how happy he is now. Now look at him nowadays. Look at how depressed he is. You know what? He should just give up on his dictator stuff and go back to. Oh, this pic's big. This pic is big. This is a pic. Let me just try editing it, resizing it. Browse. And this pic is big. How do I resize it? An inch for. Okay, now I'm just gonna manually keep making it smaller while we talk.
Gotcha.
So this is him these days. This is him and his kid, I guess. These days. Let me try and make it smaller.
Oh, that's big.
Yeah, it's huge. So he turned from 1980s what was that a porn star to what is he now? Mommy, can I be a colonel in the Russian army? The thing is, like, he could have at least asked for what marshal of the Russian army or colonel general, like big ranks, respectable ranks. Why does he want to? Oh, here it is. Him, his son. But one thing I have to give for him is he doesn't want to give himself a rank. He wants someone else to give him a rank. So in a way, in a twisted sense, it's kind of respectable. Not gonna lie, in a twisted sense, it's kind of respectable.
Oh, he looks really mad.
Yeah, look at him now. Like look at.
I don't want this.
Yeah, see, deep down inside, he wants to return to the good old days when he had a porno stash.
Yeah, I feel like the hat is too heavy.
Now, what I'm trying to say that he doesn't seem happy these days. You know, he seems depressed these days. You know, it's like he's achieved everything. He's achieved the peak.
On the other
It's
hand,
like you're stuck in a marriage, like with like a person you
on
don't
the
want
other
to be.
hand, show me a politician that doesn't look depressed these days.
Donald Trump?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
Maybe.
yeah, but also,
He doesn't count.
is he really a politician?
Technically, yes.
Yeah.
Sadly, yes.
On legal grounds, yes.
Nah, legal grounds, yes.
Documented grounds, yeah.
See, thing about Trump is like, see, as an Indian, Trump ain't that over the top for me. Because to be honest, I've seen worse. An actor becoming a politician and then screwing his country over. Yeah, that's like 1 in every 5 politicians over here. An extremely unqualified politician, actor who talks about shit he doesn't understand, but talks enough for people to be like, what if we elected him into office? And yeah, I found the only picture where Lukashenko is happy these days. Where is it? It's small. Look at how happy he is. Let me just post in the chat. Where is it? This is how happy. Look at how happy he is.
I was gonna ask, is it with the other guy?
Yeah, of course it's with the other guy. That's his BFF.
Of course, it's with Putin.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if they give each other those, those friendship bracelets. Come on, I did that with my friend when we were during my teenage days. So
I mean, I didn't
yes.
do that. I got a ring, but that's about it.
I
didn't
have
do
today here for you celebratory friendship bracelet, comrade.
now please make me colonel. And chat and YouTube, we're not being political. We're just making fun of the absurdity of these guys. We're not talking about the military strategy or anything of that sort.
Yeah.
Although it is very bad.
Yeah, it's very bad, but we're not going in there. We're just making fun of the stuff these guys do.
Mm-hmm.
So I was telling Fuji this yesterday, and it actually makes sense in my head. Like, what if Lukashenko is the greatest double agent of all time?
What?
See, think about it.
He's like,
He's leaking all of Russia's secret plans, and we just assume it's because he's an idiot. What if he's the greatest double agent of? What if he's the greatest double agent of all time? In fact, no, you know, the entire Putin will make me a colonel thing. He let slip that Putin might want to restart the Soviet Union, like reclaim what the Soviets lost.
Yeah, that is well known by now.
So my point is, what if Lukashenko is actually warning the world? He wasn't being an idiot. He's actually warning the world. What if he's so good at his job that everyone just thinks he's one of the bad guys? He's so good at his job. He's so good at his job. He even gets his prepubescent son to dress up as a soldier. Oh yeah, talking about his stupidity, I found the picture. I found the picture that that leaked the plans. Where is it?
Oh, yeah, that thing.
The map. It's a big one. A detailed one, but yeah, you know what? I think I should have kept this as the background for the entire stream. Fits right in. Ah yes, comrade, we shall invade Moldova as well. What if? Maybe I'm like talking about maybe I might be completely wrong here, but what if
Oh no!
he's the unsung hero? No,
This is more than stupid.
See, the thing is, I initially thought that maybe it's like a red herring, but then I realized even if it's a red herring, it's a pretty dumb red herring because you're not pissed off Moldova.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that. Oh god. See, either he's really that dumb, which is likely, but I find it hard to accept that the leader of a country, a leader who's been the president of a country for like 30 years, is that dumb. This is like some Admiral General Aladdin level of shit. And look at how happy he is, giving them a demo. Like, yes, like, and where did he get his big ass map? Like, to get that map, someone somewhere printed it for him.
Really high quality.
Yeah, really high quality. Look at how big it is there. I'm quite sure they went to one of those poster stores and they're like, I want map. Oh, wait a minute. Why is that the US 1st Cavalry Division's insignia over here? There. Top right corner, near the Russian side, there's the US Army 1st Cavalry Division.
Who knows?
The yellow shield.
Yeah, I saw it. Obviously I didn't recognize it because I'm not.
I see that. The first time I saw this picture, I didn't notice it. Now I know. I'm like, are they deployed in Europe? They might be deployed in Europe. Maybe that's the reason he has it there.
Maybe.
Maybe you know what? I think if you look at the map enough, you might find you may actually get real Russian positions, real Belarusian positions, military positions.
This feels like one of those Twitter trend or one of those photo trends where it's like the more you look at it, the more things you find out.
Yeah, exactly. Either Lukashenko is the greatest double agent of all time, or he's just a James Bond bad guy. Like, yes, Mr. Bond, I will leave you tied up in this room where you can easily escape with all the plans intact.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Now we just need to wait for him to reveal the big red self-destruct button.
But like, yes, see, didn't he reveal who the Russians are planning to replace the current Ukrainian president with?
I don't know.
And you won't believe who they're bringing back.
Who is
It's-
it?
You know the guy who got kicked out around 2014?
Oh, yeah.
I forgot his
They,
name.
they want to bring him back.
Yeah.
Hmm.
They
They want-
know they kicked him out because he was too stupid to lead a country.
Yeah, they want to bring it. Yeah. Wait a minute. What's his name? Yeah, Viktor Yanukovych. They want to bring him back.
Yeah, the guy who ran his country's economy to the ground because he doesn't know how economy works. Great.
No, see, forget all that. See, if you're going to replace an existing leader, existing charismatic leader with someone else, don't choose the leader that they kicked out. Please don't. Please don't. Russia, you're hurting me. See, I don't support your war, but this is stupidity to the next level. And of all the places, he's chilling out in Belarus for some reason.
Honestly, as it stands right now, they will probably not have a problem with any Ukrainian being not okay with their new setup government because, well, they're doing their damnedest to exterminate every single Ukrainian.
What, they're gonna be king over the ashes? What, they're gonna rule over the ashes? Like, they need someone to rule, right?
Yeah, no, they're just going to dust it all and then send Russian colonizers there.
Oh no, this sounds eerily similar to something that happened in the 1940s.
This is full-on colonialist expansion.
Oh
This
no.
has nothing to do with replacing a government. This is just out with the old, in with the Russian.
Yeah, the thing is, aren't they kind of losing a lot of young men who could be required for repopulating said location?
Yes. They are losing mass quantities of people over there.
Yeah, exactly. So,
They don't care because it's not themselves.
yeah, what is Putin planning to personally impregnate all the women over there or something? Because I think
wouldn't put it past him, honestly.
I think that's the only way. If you look at the math, I think that's the only way they can proceed with this.
I wouldn't put it past him to try.
Yeah, but isn't he knocking on like 70? So wouldn't his magic juice not be that powerful? Let me take a look. How old is he? He's 69. He's knocking on 70.
Don't worry, he's Vlad. He has the most potent juices.
Okay, so I'm looking at his books right now, okay? There's Judo History Theory Practice 2004 by Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin, colon, Munich 2014. First person, 2000, published in 2000. The World Order, this is such a big name. The World Order, New Rules or a Game Without Rules. Putin talks the Vladai Club in Sochi, 2020. Wait a minute, he published a book around these now. Oh, it's a collection of his speeches. So, you know what?
So wait, he put his speeches into a book?
He turned the speeches into a book. Which isn't, jokes aside, it's not that surprising for a politician to do that. Oh no, not that. This guy's apparently done a lot. That Munich speech of Vladimir Putin's been turned into a book. Vladimir Putin, Munich.
How do you make a book out of a speech?
No, not just speech, like a collection of speeches merged into a book, and then there'll be notes explaining why you chose these words or some shit like that. There's a book called First Person. It's interviews conducted about Vladimir Putin. Authors are Vladimir Putin, Natalia G. I'm just gonna butcher these names. I'm not gonna say that. It's basically interviews with Vladimir Putin. And then my personal favorite, Judo History Theory Practice. Book by Alex Levitsky, Vasily Sherdov, and Vladimir Putin.
Yeah, he's sort of a self-proclaimed judo master.
Okay, so Amazon Amazon India rating 4.7 out of 5. I want to read the reviews. Paperback, let me see. Oh, it's out of stock. Well, that's unsurprising.
Oh.
Why is it in German? Why is the review in German? Okay, then from United States. I really like this judo book. It is not a fully comprehensive book. Okay. Okay, I bought this book at an average price before it became so rare and expensive. Of course, the only way to learn judo is to do judo, but this book has much good information. I will not recommend this book at such high price. You can learn as much from many other judo books as this book. Unless you're a wealthy fan of Vladimir Putin, save your money. So this guy says it's a good book for collectors. this is funny. The book with illustrations. This book has great illustrations that I just love practicing with all my friends and family. It's so easy and fun to practice. The step-by-step instructions.
Step-by-step instructions.
It's like how to tackle child. Okay. How to tackle child. Then the Goodreads is 3.9 out of 5. Let me take a look. Goodreads.
I mean, if you can send me like a screenshot or something over from the German comments, I can read you those.
Okay, just give me a minute. Where is it? I think it's German. I could be wrong. Oh, wait a minute. There's a translate button. Okay, good. So, a very good and analytic book about judo and sambo. I don't know what that is. It starts with a seemingly simple question: why does a person follow? What? That's like some philosophy 101 level shit. Why does a person fall over? Why do we follow? And it starts with a simple question: why does a person fall over? And ends with 3 pages of mathematical formulas. I don't say. Okay, no, this guy's actually
sounds like lunatic ramblings.
No. See, I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna lie. They caught me the first stuff. That I don't say anything about President Putin Sensei's self-expression at the beginning of the book. Otherwise, the FSB will get me.
President Putin Sensei, what?
No, so basically he's mocking Putin. I'll read the whole thing. A very good and analytic book about judo and sambo. Wait a minute, isn't sambo the South American dance? It's like a South American dance.
No, that's sambo.
Oh, okay. It's a martial art. Okay, nice. It starts with a seemingly simple question: why does a person fall over? And ends with the 3 pages of mathematical formulas. I don't say anything about President Putin Sensei's self-expression at the beginning of the book. Otherwise, the FSB will get me.
Yep, that's likely.
So they're like, I don't know how many reviews. There are about 5 reviews. 4 of them are mocking him.
Great.
Okay, so it's something like that. Well, so one is saying it's a good book for collectors. Other one is I like the pictures. One is the FSB is gonna get me. And someone just says a professional.
Yeah, as I said, he's somewhat of a self-declared judo master.
Okay, so this one seems, I don't know. I won't say it's positive. It seems it's like, I'll just read it. A very interesting book on Russian judo. It is clear that Putin is a real judo sensei. Unfortunately, in his day-to-day job as Russian president, he seems to have forgotten the core values of judo. Yeah, talking about that, I think we can just I'm just gonna read some really bad Amazon reviews. Like I bought a couple of books from Amazon and I read the reviews. The reviews are hilarious. Let me check. Alexander the Great book. Which one is this? Yeah, Alexander the Great. 99 rupees. That's like how much is that in euros? So 99 rupees is 1.18.
two?
1.18.
Yeah.
So where are the
Oh,
reviews?
wow. €1.18.
No, so books are really cheap here.
Well, I can see that.
Okay, so where are the The book is very simple and lucidly written. However, the book feels a little incomplete for the kind of stuff you want. It's a plain description of this one's just generic. Let me just Google bad Amazon reviews. Okay, talking about Amazon reviews, there was a guy who got arrested. A serial killer got arrested because he put a review for all the stuff he used.
What? Like full on, yes, this knife is perfect if you want to cut up a person.
Yeah, something like that.
And
So his
these
name is
bags have a surprisingly high capacity, ideal for transporting limbs.
So yeah, he did that. He actually did that. So he has 7 victims, 7 killed, 2 survived, 7 plus killed. So we don't know how many exactly killed. I want to see his reviews. Where is his reviews? His reviews were hilarious. Like I read his reviews somewhere. Amazon review killers.
Oh.
You got all reviews. Let me see if I can get. I got.
Speaking of reviews on Amazon,
Yeah.
have you heard of the sugar-free gummy bears?
What was that abomination?
All right, just look up on Amazon Haribo sugar-free gummy bears and read the
Sugar-free.
read the comments.
Let me check. Haribo sugar-free gummy bears, right? Further. Let me take a look.
If they're no longer on there, you can also use the Wayback Machine.
That's fine. Got sugar bear hair. What the fuck is this? Sugar bear hair. What? Oh no, it's not on Amazon India. Let me check Amazon US. Is it in Amazon Germany?
It is definitely on the German Amazon.
Okay, so
Let me have a look.
now let me check. It should be here. I'm on Amazon Germany now. I think I got it.
All right.
Is it 13.99 euros?
Wait, I need to. Where's the comments? I can send you the.
I think.
Go. I put it up on Discord.
Okay, go ahead. Let me take a look.
There you go.
It's the candy. I used to have this candy when I was a kid.
Yeah, it still sells in some stores here.
Yeah, but I want to
But
see the
I am not sure about this.
The sugar. I don't know about the sugar free. I assume aliens is part of trusted said morning level, but as I said, I'm the only one. Other questions are.
So it starts with the first comment. Let me read it real quick.
Go ahead.
These are yummy, soft, and extremely delicious. You get a lot of for the money, and it's all well worth it. Perhaps best not to eat too many at one time, however. It's all up to the individual that decides when enough is enough. Also, during my taste test, I'm not sure what my bowels shot out. I'm not sure why my bowels shot out of me, but somehow I can do arithmetic again. Thanks, Haribo.
Oh god. Okay, so yeah, I found the Amazon Killers reviews. I found it. So first things, I think it's a shaver. It's blacker than my soul and priced right. Okay, fine. Second, a sock entrenching tool. It's a folding shovel. Keep it in car when you have to hide the bodies and you left the full size shovel at home. Does not come with a midget, which would have been nice. He wants a midget. Okay, then chainsaw. Works excellent. Getting the neighbor to stand still while you chase him with is hard enough without having an easy to use chainsaw. Oh yeah, and now we have it. Master padlock, high security locks, solid locks, Have five on a shipping container won't stop them, but sure will slow them till they are too old to care. I think there are more. I can only find them. Let me check if there are more. Oh yeah, knife. I found the knife. Haven't stabbed anyone yet. Where is it? Haven't stabbed anyone yet. When I do, it'll be quite fun.
I found another good review.
Go ahead.
This is not a warning. This will cause your rectum to enter turbo mode and empty your entire life out your rear. You can try eating these in moderation. You can try waiting days between eating them. It does not matter what you try. They are inevitable. They will destroy you from the inside out.
Haribo is
On the
Thanos.
plus side, these are the best laxatives you can buy. Seriously. Cleanses the entire colon. Want to lose 5 pounds in 5 minutes? Just eat a bunch of these and wait for the results.
Oh,
So, apparently, these Haribo sugar-free gummy bears are the best laxatives there are because you eat like 1 or 2 and it's lights out.
I want one of these. Just for the fun of it, you know. You have the world's best laxative and stamina. Not like you're gonna use it, but wait a minute. Why do the reviews have pictures of the public bathroom?
It's like they're sold as
my
healthy
goodness.
snacks for kids.
No, please no.
I'm gonna buy those and I'm gonna take them to my friend's house
Why
as a gift.
Why do you hate your friends so much?
A few particular friends.
Oh, okay, acquaintances.
No, friends, but for some reason they like to, whenever they find some voluptuous lady working in the AV industry, they like to use my phone to show me their person.
Ah, yes.
Every single time it'll be like, Fuji, give me your phone, I'll show you. Why the hell do you need my phone?
Because they don't know how to use incognito.
No. They very much know how to use incognito.
They just don't want to.
Uh,
So yeah,
those extremely close friends will get this Haribo candy as a gift from me.
I'm gonna go to Amazon India and see what's the weirdest thing I can get. I'm not gonna put it on stream because that could have.
Oh, the weirdest thing you can get.
Okay, so yeah, I found it. I found it.
You know that Amazon sells massage wands.
Yeah.
They sell one that's 1.80 meters.
And not the worst I've seen, to be honest. So
1 meter.
1.8 meters.
Oh, you mean like your shower tin sort of thing?
Huh?
You mean like does it go in the sock sort of thing, or is it just?
Well,
Okay.
It's a 1.8 meter dildo.
Yeah, I know. Like, yeah.
I don't know. Can anyone handle that?
Maybe 2 people can. Okay, so I found it. The banned German book is available under 500 rupees, 500 to 1000 rupees, 1000 to 2000 rupees, 2000 to 3000 rupees, over 3000 rupees.
Oh, so the price went up.
No, it's all available. You have the deluxe edition that's over 3000 rupees.
Oh.
You have like the poor man's edition that's under 500 rupees.
What did they just do? They have like really shitty grammar English and they start increasing it as the price goes up?
I may build like what you call that special edition covers, hardcover, something like that. Okay, so once done, let me check if the little red book is present.
Oh no, the little red book.
Let me check little red book. Okay, it's not. It's
dangerous.
nah. See, it's not that book. Little red book. Let me just search. Mao and books. Yep, it's present. Mao's little red book. 720 rupees.
Okay. How about the Communist Manifesto?
That's there. I get that shit recommended. That's there. In fact, the Communist Manifesto is there. The Wealth of Nations, I have that. It's there. I actually got the entire Wealth of Nations for like 200 rupees. Really cheap.
Oh boy.
That's like the capitalist Bible.
Yeah.
Then what else is there? Controversial books. I think wait a minute. There's a book that's banned. What's that guy's name? What's that? I think it's called the Sacred Verses, right?
I don't know.
Okay, so Sacred Verses is a book written by a Pakistani author, which is extremely controversial. No, it's not Sacred Verses. I forgot the I don't know what's called, the demonic verses, the satanic verses. So it's written by a Pakistani author who's been kicked out of Pakistan. The book's banned in India for being okay. He's a British Indian author, so he was born before independence. So he was kicked out of. The book is considered extremely controversial because it drags religion into it, and it's banned in India. So let me see if I can get it on Amazon. Let me see. The Satanic Verses by Salman Rushdie. Okay, it's not present. It's not. His other books are present, but this one isn't present.
I was about to say, you sure you don't want to be a bit
Subtle.
careful with that?
See, the thing is, I'm just browsing books. Ain't that bad? Or no? Based on my searches, yeah, this Adolf Hitler, a biography.
Oh my goodness.
Right, no, I don't want that. Napoleon, know about. I don't want that either. Okay, 12 Years a Slave, good book. Chanakya, nationalism. Okay, everything else is fine. Let me just Google most controversial books and see if it's available on Amazon. Let me take a
You
look.
would have a really interesting search history after this.
Yeah. So the thing is, that if I search for the most controversial books, the first one that popped up was the Satanic Verses. Why is Ulysses controversial?
I don't know.
Ulysses is a.
What is that about?
I know it's a classic novel. I don't know what. It's Odysseus. Odysseus is just like a modern adaptation of the Odysseus. I know why it's controversial. Okay, the Tropic of Cancer. The color. Why is the color purple controversial? What's going on here? Yeah, American Psycho. Not that Da Vinci Code is so. I know. I'm like these are just giving edgy books. They aren't giving me the Handmaid's Tale is apparently controversial, which I find surprising. Because I think all of us can agree the world in the Handmaid's Tale is messed up.
Yes. That's like saying, 1984 is a good guidebook on how to run a state.
Yeah. The Second Sex is apparently controversial. I mean, these books aren't like, maybe they were controversial back then, but now it's accepted, I guess. Oh yeah, found it. 50 Shades of Grey.
Books are controversial when you're an idiot.
Yeah, I found the most controversial one. 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James.
Honestly,
No.
I don't like 50 Shades of Grey. It's bad rep. Like, it's really bad representation.
I couldn't agree more. You know what? I'm gonna check if it's available on Amazon.
Imagine. So that's one thing I don't understand about. Like, I kind of saw the movie in bits and pieces, and I kind of heard the rest of the story from people who were fangirling over it.
Fangirling over this shit?
Yeah. Let's just say that guy is not a extremely rich businessman.
It'll turn into a horror story.
Yeah.
So it's like this. All Bollywood movies, romantic Bollywood movies, will turn into horror movies if the guy's ugly. It's as simple as that. Okay, so I found a 50 Shades of Grey for 364 paperback, Kindle edition 137. But compared to 50 Shades of Grey, I'd say the inspiration that's Twilight is would be considered more controversial than 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
Because there's actual child grooming by the end.
Oh my goodness.
There's actual child grooming, there's actual kitty diddling, like implied kitty diddling by the end.
Yeah, the Twilight, right?
Yeah.
When the what?
The
How
wolf,
old is
the,
he?
the,
23 at the end of the book. The
He's 20
23-year-old
No, he-
werewolf imprints
no,
on the
no, I think
newborn.
no, he's 1 year younger than the girl, so I think it'll be 18 or 19. Okay, 19-year-old imprints on a fetus, not even a newborn, a fetus.
Yeah, on a fetus. And decides, yeah, this will be my future wife. God fucking damn it, this book is so fucked. But yeah, no, it's like the author wrote another book from Edward's perspective.
Oh no, let's not talk about that. No, not that one.
And then she wrote another book. It's the whole story again, but this time every character's gender is reversed.
Good lord. See, yeah, that's actually a yandere story. You have this creepy vampire girl stalking you.
Yeah.
That's like a standard yandere anime. Okay, I found. Okay, what's the book behind this? 365 days. You guys heard of that, right? The biggest war crime committed by the Polish, creating this book.
I don't know about that book.
Which one?
365 days. I don't know the name. I'm searching for the name of the book. The movie's called 365 days. So apparently, I convinced one of my friends to watch it by telling her it's a crime drama.
Okay, and what is it about?
It's imagine if 50 Shades of Grey, but Christian Grey was he was an even bigger asshole. If Christian Grey was the head of the Sicilian mafia and kidnapped a girl, a Polish woman, against her will, and told her that I'll keep you hostage for 365 days, but I won't touch you, but you'll have to fall in love with me, or some shit like that. But he proceeds to touch her every now and then. When he says he won't touch her, it means he won't penetrate her, apparently, I guess. I don't know, it's messed up. So,
fuck.
Yeah, it's available on Amazon India, 365 days.
Oh boy.
And it's fucking expensive. 2,747 rupees for this shit. For fuck yeah, I'm not.
No, I want to have words with those people because it sounds like they deserve a good old deboning.
So it's written by a person called Blanka Lipinska. Blanka Lipinska. She's a 36-year-old novelist and cosmetologist.
Is she alone, single?
Messed up.
Maybe, I don't know.
Probably.
You know what?
No, because
I mean,
you say 36 and if she's single, the tendencies.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like, 50 Shades of Grey is a bad fanfic of. It started off as a bad fanfic of Twilight. This started as a bad fanfic of 50 Shades of Grey.
good. Can't see what could possibly go wrong there.
Fanficception.
Yeah, it's fanfic of a fanfic of. See, I'm quite sure. Give it a decade or so, and there'll be a fanfic of this shit.
How bad can it possibly get? That's the question we all need to answer.
Oh god, she described the book as semi-autobiographical, so she claims that she was kidnapped by a Sicilian mob boss who raped her. Good lord.
What was her name?
Blanka Lipinska. Let me just post it there.
All good, all good.
Then the wrong chat. Now, I know I accidentally sent it to someone. Just the name.
Oh my god.
They'll be like, what? Yeah, I got Blanka.
Yo, there is nothing on this woman that is natural anymore.
What if she is?
Let me
Maybe she
see.
actually works for the Sicilian mafia.
Like, her face is completely artificial.
Yeah.
What if she isn't even a real person? What if she doesn't even exist?
I mean,
What is a cosmetologist?
Let me check.
yes, but like,
The beauty treatment.
I see the nose has been made because that is no living person has that straight of a nose bridge.
Okay, so
Her cheeks have been made. Her
Jawline.
lips have been made.
Yeah.
The jawline is way too sharp. Like, I don't know how to get that without implants. Like, there's
maybe they are implants.
pointy at the end.
Okay, so some interesting trivia. Apparently, in the movie, there's a dick sucking scene, and one of the actors was not comfortable sucking a fake dick. So Blanca volunteered to do it
Did it
as a
herself.
joke. Yeah, and then she laughed it off because everyone looked at her weird.
Yeah, no, she's got gobby lips.
Nah, see, the thing is, like, I like to make fun of her here, and I enjoy making fun of her, but honestly, she's grabbing a bag. She's grabbing the bag. Good for her. She's making good money.
That is true.
Now, you know what they should do? They should weaponize this book.
Weaponize it.
Translate it to Russian and parachute it into Russian territory.
Do it like they did in Nam.
Yeah.
Play it from helicopter speakers.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the Ride of the Valkyries.
See, some poor Russian kid's gonna read this book. He's gonna have awakenings that he never thought he'd have. Or maybe, just maybe,
Yeah, but again, the kid needs to be like in mafia or something like that.
No, I don't mean that way. I mean like the only thing. See, he's in the middle of Ukraine. He can't read it. He has no other reading material. He has no other entertainment. The only thing is this messed up book.
Mm.
Imagine that.
I mean, could one deploy that together with the strategy of
The furries.
furry, the gay furry porn?
See, the gay furry porn will work. I can guarantee that. See, there's nothing wrong with being gay and a furry. Perfectly fine. Perfectly acceptable. But
Yeah,
it's
some
not.
people's minds can't comprehend the concept
Yeah.
and start to melt down as
Yeah,
soon
exactly.
as they come in contact with
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
That is why it is ideal for weaponization.
Yeah, so all you have to do is when you do a cyber attack, don't send a message saying we hacked you or anything. Just give a slideshow of gay furry porn. Preferably not God of War, because God of War looks humanish. Preferably Growlithe and Pikachu. That
Oh,
would
I was thinking about the muskiest huskies.
no,
Find.
no, even I can't handle that. See, just deploy that. And if you want to go for more conventional strategies, just so apparently in Belarus, two human rights activists were arrested for staging a protest with teddy bears. And a Swedish marketing executive decided to parachute teddy bears into Belarus. So just replace the teddy bears with pictures of gay furry porn, and you have my strategy. That is if you want to do it large scale. If you want to do a targeted strike, identify high value targets, and go after the adult children. The reason I'm specifying adult is because I don't want to get sued by YouTube. Send them that, and you've broken down a family. You know, I think I should write Sun Tzu's Art of War VTuber edition.
Koki Najima's The Art of Internet War. Call it the art of cancel.
One can never be cancelled if one does not believe in cancel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which is true. One can never be cancelled if one does not believe in in cancel. The same way, to cancel one one that always chooses to cancel is the lowest form of life. In the art of cancel, one should always be prepared to be cancelled.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I should write like a 10 commandments on the art of being cancelled. So anyway, I think I should go have dinner by now.
Wait, there was that
Yeah.
famous line about what was it?
Which one?
Yes. In the art of cancellation, it is important to know oneself and the enemy. Should one know neither oneself nor the enemy, one will be cancelled in every thread.
You know
Should
what?
one know oneself or the enemy, but not both. For every man cancelled, you will also suffer cancellation. Know the enemy and yourself, and you will win in every debate.
You know what? I'm gonna go get my copy of the Art of War after dinner. I'm gonna rewrite it. Or maybe
Really,
maybe that's actually a really good stream idea. We should do. I should do it later. Or you guys should join it as well.
Yeah.
oh boy, I'd be absolutely up for it.
Okay, anyway, I have to go have dinner. My food's getting a bit cold. It was nice having both of you on. Really enjoyed having both of you on. And to chat who thought this was about military strategy, I'm sorry we had to drag this into everything else. Anyways,
That is how it
Yeah,
usually
no.
goes.
that's how my streams are. So, in a way, you kind of signed up for it the moment you clicked on this link.
Yeah. Also, should any of the stuff we talked about be taken serious? Let me say up front, it's just a prank, bro.
Yes, we are comedians.
We are comedians.
We are comedians. The same way. Oh, who the fuck is he? Okay.
Nothing spoken should be taken in any.
Yeah,
serious
yes.
capacity.
I'm gonna say everything we say should be taken as parody. Nothing should be taken seriously, except the honey badgers. Those things are terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honey
They
badgers are
will
terrifying.
fuck you up. Don't get close to honey badgers.
All right, so I'll be ending it in a few seconds.
Bye, chat.